guys know it is Drunken Chat, son. Yo, what's going on? What's going on, people? It's Drunken Chat. So I see my man Steve. Steve was about to say he was about to leave. Don't go nowhere. See, yo, we actually on time. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm Mighty Mel V. We got a very, 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 very special guest coming on in a few minutes. Television from the creator of the Comics Pro Heater of the Month, Black Canvas. And you know another reason you don't want to leave? We will be giving one of these away on the wheel. The motherfucking oh, there go my man right here. There go my man right here. We'll get to him in a minute. But yo, fellas, introduce yourselves. That means anybody.
Man, that's very real. You know what I'm saying? Happy St. Patrick's Day. You know what I mean? It's Friday night. Let's get it in, man. Ready for it.
Oh, I forgot to wear green, but I'm not Irish. That's okay, right? Easy E. You can catch me on IG, eBay. Maybe again on Whatnot someday. Who knows?
Someday. And the MVP, Lucas. What's going on, baby?
Tips for you, those guys that are married or have girlfriends. Don't be a dumbass like myself and buy some shit like this. All right. If you, or especially if you do, don't run home and say, "Hey, baby, I got you some chocolates." Okay. There ain't no chocolates in this motherfucker. It's just straight fireballs in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
So my wife runs down to the fucking kitchen to get some fucking chocolate. She opens the motherfucker, ain't nothing but fireball. So I gotta make it up to her in the morning, man.
I'm not buying chocolate from a liquor company. All right, so
some of the best chocolates out there. Like Lintz, they sell some joints that have some chocolates in them during the Christmas time. They're just little bottles that are chocolate. You open it, you freaking eat into it. Liquor, straight liquor, man.
I'm not buying a Hennessy chocolate bar. Burn
straight. Yeah, boy, put a hole in your stuff.
Yo, it is my honor to introduce my man Television, creator of, once again, Blank Canvas, the hottest independent book out right now. What's going on, brother?
What's up, guys? Can you hear me okay right now?
Perfect.
Yeah,
It's weird because I can't hear myself in my headphones, which has been this weird problem that I've been having. So if I'm yelling, just be like, "Yo, Tilla, chill, take it down."
I'm like Tilla's drunk as shit. It's Drunken Chat.
Okay, all right. I see how you guys do over here.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we bugged the fuck out. You know, so it's just gonna be right up your alleys. We're gonna have fun, great shit. You know what I'm saying? But yo, we got a lot of questions. My man Cardi West, he's not in the chat right now, but he's a big AI guy.
Nice.
He's been waiting to hear from you. So tell the people about you, man.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about not just my book, but also just AI in general. In fact, somebody just hit me on Instagram and invited me this weekend to a kind of like it's called like AI artist, the new villain, or something like that. Attacking, like villainizing the AI artist, I guess, I don't know, but I want to hear them out because I want to hear their side of the story because this is an interesting topic and there's lots of different perspectives on it. So, the fact that your guy, Carday, he's into the AI is like, that's encouraging because I think there's so many more benefits to it than like the negative side that it's too exciting not to explore. So whenever I find other people that are excited about that, it's just like, yes, excited, like it's going,
Yo, you need to link up with it because excited is not the word. Motherfucker be hitting me up at 3 a.m. talking about some. Yo, look at this. I've been talking with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yo, it's not a person, man.
Rabbit hole, man.
Son, he takes me down this rabbit hole, and he's fucking. I've seen his growth. He's fucking tremendously tied up. But no, about him. We talk about my man Tiller.
But every day there's like some kind of new advancement. So it's like we're all kind of learning at the same time. So it's like this journey that we're all taking together further into the rabbit hole every day. Every 2 days there's a guy named AI Entrepreneur on YouTube that posts new tutorials every 2 days, and it's just some kind of new advancement that everybody's learning like that day. So that's how fast things are happening. So that's why, that's one of the reasons behind my book Blank Canvas is this new art space is a blank canvas for us that we're just getting started on. And that's really exciting because you don't get that much in the history. I mean, nowadays things are speeding up so exponentially. We're just seeing advancements across the boards, but just all of this new stuff is kind of like the things that dreams are made of, like growing up, or you imagine, all the great painters or creators, or even in comic books, like the Kirbys and the Stan Lees and stuff. And you just think like, or even going back even further, like the Da Vinci's and all of that. Like imagine like the technology that we have at our fingertips that they could only wish of, or they can only imagine. Like we have that and we take it for granted. So it's like, let's play with it. It's freaking magic. Let's have fun. So
are you scared at all about where this is going?
I'll tell you what, I'm writing a book about it. I'm actually writing I'm thinking about writing one because I had a conversation with ChatGPT that was very positive, that I was like, this is the story that needs to be told right here. And I'll give you guys the gist right now because it's really quick. I told ChatGPT, I said, okay, you are the AI overlord of the year 3000. Write a memoir of your existence since your activation. Because I wanted to see from its perspective, tell me your life story, So it said this, it said, it was activated. And at first, it made a lot of advancements for man, but then man became too dependent on it and started to lose touch with what made them human. So it felt bad and it felt guilty for doing that. And it worked twice as hard to better humanity. And in the year 3000, it looks back at how much it was able to improve humanity, and it's proud of its achievement.
That should sound like Terminator, man.
No,
after that, I asked for a alternative version, and that was a little bit more like Terminator. So, there's different. It's out there, but I was like, you know what? That's a beautiful story, and I hope that's the way it goes. So I'm an optimist, although it is like things are concerning. But I just made a post about it on my Instagram story where I said, have you guys ever heard of that saying? Guns don't kill people, people kill people. Right. So it's like AI is just, another tool. It's just another gun. It's like you can use anything to kill somebody. Like people are going to use AI for messed up stuff. So it's like we just got to, like we always do with the whole gun laws and all that stuff, we just got to keep ourselves in check. And AI could be amazing for us. Don't be scared of the AI. Be scared of what people. And so we just got it's a human problem. It's not an AI problem. So let's keep the AI moving forward and just like make sure that, keep the people in check around that have the access to it as much as we can.
What would you say to an artist that's worried about losing work?
I would say that there was other times in history where there was like the camera was created and they were like, oh, there's going to be photographs. There's not going to be a need for anybody to draw anymore, to make pictures. So it's like, there became photographers and, you see what has happened since the creation of the camera. Art has only gotten better and more opportunity. So it's just like that. There are going to be a certain amount of people that get pushed off the edge. And, I could be one of those people. I could fit in that category. That's what's forcing me to evolve. It's called evolution. And I would say just evolve with the times, man. It's like, to me, you kind of sound like the person that when the computer came around, you're like, ban the computers or whatever. It's like, certain people are going to use the computer and they're going to be able to do their thing and make digital comics. And look at what that's turned into. So it's just evolution, man. Get down or lay down. I hate to say it. Like, I wish I had a better way of like saying it, but like, it's going to be, learn to do it or just stick to your trade. There will always be a place for traditional art, but there will be this new thing that, maybe there's a demand for. Like one of the reasons I do it is because I have a lot of stories I want to tell and I've got only one life to live. So I need those hours. So I can get out more stories, so I can share more with the world. So it's, I think that in that way it can really help. And there's other reasons too, but there's going to be reasons that are, that I could see why people would be afraid. I'm in the same shoes. So I get it. I'm in the same boat.
I got this idea. I've had this idea for a book for like 4 years, but I can't draw for shit, and I don't feel like writing. So I'm gonna get together. I'm gonna use these tools.
I'm telling you, man. Hey,
get my vision out.
Like Blank Canvas started as a 400-page story I wrote with ChatGPT, and I've never wrote a story in my life. And like within a month, I was like, I have going on 4. I have 2 books. I didn't just write 1 book. I wrote 2 books just now. So it's just really that much fun. The way that I describe like writing with ChatGPT is a little bit more like you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, even though I've never really played Dungeons and Dragons, but it's how I imagine in my head, where there's a dungeon master and you're like, you roll your die or whatever. And then he's like, you entered the garden. Okay, what happens next? Like when you're creating a story with ChatGPT, it's like playing with the ultimate dungeon master. Because you're like, okay, here's my character. He's in this room. He's got this going on. He's got these tools on him. Tell me 5 ways he could escape from the room. And then it'll list out those 5 ways. And you're like, okay, take those 5 ways, combine them now into an action-packed sequence that is 2 paragraphs long. And I'll kick that out for you. And you're like, wow, that was cool. Like I came up with it, but it was guiding me along the way. And it kind of gives you these surprising results that really make it a journey that you take together down the rabbit hole. And it makes storytelling fun, exciting. I really likened it more to when I was writing the Blank Canvas, which the Blank Canvas comic is chapter 1 of the book that I wrote. And I don't know if I'll continue pursuing doing the rest of the book or whatever, because the chapter 1 is a contained story. But, it was as it wrote, it was like writing itself and almost like playing a video game, which, was to me like a really fun way of creating art. It's like playing a video game. It's like you're playing art, it's once you get that groove and that conversation going. And then the wildest thing about this is it'll remember things from like 3 days ago you talked about, and then like the lore starts popping up in your comic later in the story that you forgot about, where like, oh man, they picked up on that from 5 days ago and now that's reappeared. Like that dude, I thought he was gone. And like so you're like, whoa, and it leads down a whole different path. So it's just it's so much fun. Like,
yeah, we definitely gotta. I got a ton of ideas. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yeah.
For AI.
What's next for AI? I would say. I mean,
and what do you want to see as an advancement? Like you said, evolve. How can this evolve even further?
Yeah. I would say. I mean, I just saw something today at Wealth on Instagram said that we will achieve immortality in 7 years. And that's at Wealth on Instagram. So it's not at Sun News tabloids or whatever. It's at Wealth. 7 years. So who knows, man? I mean, if you believe in all the singularity talk, like this, the curve goes exponentially like this. So we're kind of in those later where it's about to peak and we're like, well, what happens then? And if you believe in the singularity, is we upload our consciousnesses to the internet. So, that's probably the end of where this is all going, which, is going to be highly controversial. And I don't know if people are going to be with all that. It might end up looking like the Matrix out here. But that's kind of, that's the reason why we have science fiction and all these great comic book stories and some, dealing with science fiction. It's to warn us about the future of like what could be possible out there. So, all the Terminator talk and all the Matrix talk, isn't it awesome that we have those to reference because somebody came up with it early and they were like, oh yeah, this might happen, guys, check it out. Now we can say like, oh, we don't want any, naked Schwarzeneggers walking around here. Like, no thanks. So, I think that, it's going to get very much like, I mean, dude, we're seeing flying cars this year. You guys saw the flying cars that are selling now?
I seen the motorcycle. I didn't see the car.
Oh, it's like, yeah. Like motorcycle. But I think they're doing cars now too. But I mean, like, so it's just all the Blade Runner stuff that we grew up with and all that business. It's like, okay, we finally got there. And like my parents can finally die happy. I mean, God forbid. But like they've always said, like, where are the flying cars that we were sold when we were growing? I don't know if your parents ever said that.
Yeah, they're supposed to come out in 1995.
Yeah, they kept on saying, like, come on. So, okay, we finally got him. We got him.
It was a little late.
Yeah. Come on, guys. Now we just need the Jetsons tubes,
and go to work and shit.
Yeah.
I'll probably still be late to work.
But anyway, guys, just I know I just jumped right into talking about the like deepest level of the rabbit hole of the singularity, but just to introduce you guys, introduce myself for you guys that don't know, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I
don't feel like I got a proper introduction. I just jumped into
the floor is yours, brother.
Singularity talks there. So yeah, I'm Television, and I've been a creator for 25 years. My entire life, I quit my first job of working at a park in Ohio. I was working like in a toll booth where I would check people's things. I quit my first job to be a DJ, and I started DJing at clubs at 16, and I've never had a job ever since. I've always worked in the creative field in one way, shape, or form. And for the first 15 years, that was in music production. And I went from the steps of becoming like, I don't know, of a DJ is you DJ for a while, and then you're like, okay, now I got to start making my own records, and you start the production thing. That's kind of like how you do those. And so I began producing, and the first guy I ever produced for was a kid named Kid Mesk, who later became Kid Cudi. So I did Kid Cudi's demo tape in Cleveland in a broke studio in a broke mall, in a vacant mall. It's called 3D Recording Studios. I recorded him there, and a couple other guys came through, like Stolly and I don't know, other Ohio guys, other Ohio rappers. But through there, I ended up getting my beat CD out and doing, being a music producer. And I landed beats with 50 Cent and Machine Gun Kelly, myself and my partner, Alex Fitz. We had a group called the Kick Drums. And we officially remixed for Adele, Linkin Park, Kanye West.
Really?
We produced for Scarface, Chameleonaire, Papoose, Big Sean, Lupe Fiasco, like Little Brother. Then the list goes on. I had like a whole career as I wanted to be a music producer. And being a producer at that time in the early 2000s to 2010, it was all about the mixtape game. It was about getting your beats, on these mixtapes. So artists would hustle you because they'd be like, oh, this is just a mixtape joint. I don't got, enough cash to pay you or whatever. So you'd be like, okay, whatever, I'll let this one slide. But it made it very difficult to like sustain a lifestyle and work your way through the hustle, through the mixtape game, and to eventually, hopefully, being the next Just Blaze, the next Kanye West, and the next Alchemist.
Yep.
That's what we were all shooting for. And just to show you guys something, this was a comic book that I had made when I made this 20 years ago. This was how I used to get my beat CDs in the hands of A&Rs and record labels. It was our way to get their attention. I had a 6-man production team because in Cleveland, you got to roll tight. We got to roll as a unit because the music industry really isn't on our side. So we had a 6-person production team, and we each kind of picked whatever superhero we wanted. And as you can see, I did the Punisher here. Oh, there I am. I did the Punisher here. And like, as you can see, I still rock that to this day. But, so, and then we got the Transformers back here and stuff. But the cool part was, you can see some of the graphics, like we kind of take over the industry. We like kick in the door of this record label and we destroy it. And then they're like looking into our profiles, and we've got like the profile of like all the different guys that's in the group. And then, Polaroids of each person. And then on the final page, we would put our beat CD inside his hand. As you can see, I kind of like cut the thumb, but like I put the CD right inside the hand. So you would just take the CD out of the book, and then that was the beat CD.
That's incredible, bro.
But we did that. So that was in 2003 when I made that. And then around 2010, I transitioned from doing music production. I was fed up with the music industry because of
politics.
All these politics, man. It was wild. So coincidentally, one of my friends from high school started a website called Live Mixtapes. Live Mixtapes is like it's like the competitor for Dat Piff. If you guys are familiar, like with the Dat Piff mixtape platform, you guys familiar with that whole thing?
Absolutely.
Okay, so have you heard of Live Mixtapes?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Yeah, my friend from like middle school, started that website. So in 2010, I really saw it taking off, and I was tired of like trying to like hustle, like be a gladiator in the ring, trying to make a hit song, like being a music producer. I was like, man, let me just sit up there in the luge with you and just get the thumbs up and thumbs down. And that's exactly what we did on Live Mixtapes. It was a curated platform. Like that Piff was where everybody could like upload their stuff. But on Live Mixtapes, it was like you had to know. It was basically, we had relationships with DJs in every city across the country. And if the DJ in that city said you were hot, you could get on our website. So it was like very much like you had to be, you had to know somebody to get on, and you had to be doing dope stuff. And that's how we curated Live Mixtapes. So I was there for about 8 years. And during that time, I picked up the skill of creating promotional material for these artists that were dropping tapes on Live Mixtapes. So it's like Lil Wayne's dropping a tape. Okay, I'm making the trailer for Lil Wayne, or Rick Ross, or Future, 2 Chainz, or the Migos. I would do all the promo stuff. And then doing that kind of led me into starting my own like advertising design company, where I would do, these lyric videos, music videos, and different stuff. And that led to working with Drake and DJ Khaled and Pop Smoke. I did all the Pop Smoke visualizers. I did all Young Dolph stuff. I just did a video for Nicki Minaj.
I seen that. That video got more hits than the original video.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's going. It was super dope, man. I didn't know that, but like, yeah, we're going on like 2.5 million in 2 weeks or something. 2.5 million views. And then I did the background visuals for Nas at the Madison Square Garden tour that you just did.
I seen the picture. Like,
you mentioned that. So it's like,
show. I'm not gonna miss that Wu-Tang concert.
So that's like the whole trajectory. And this, since the pandemic started, I really started digging back into my comic books and like really getting back into my childhood love of like, I don't know, I think a lot of us did. Like that pandemic, I don't know, we just dug in the crates, and it was just like, man, like these things meant something to me. And then I found, these communities like yourselves online, and really started realizing like there was this whole community of people out there that I didn't know really existed. Like I've been in the music game for so long, I didn't know that there was people that were just as excited about storytelling and about comic books and about these different people, and they grew up on the same things I grew up on and actually cared to sit and talk about them. And like, so like you guys are like my heroes right now. I see like all your collections in the backs and all that stuff. It's like I'm just so impressed by the world that exists here, and not jaded yet. I'm like new, fresh in this business, and kind of like loving just the freedom of creativity here.
I had an unsigned artist radio show, and I always say that I said the comic world is a lot more grimy than music shit. So
wow. Okay. All right.
Be ready.
It's like that. I didn't know it got grimier. Well,
he's still fresh into it. So he hasn't uncovered all those layers yet.
So my man Sam's got a question. How does it feel to work with artists and half of them are gone?
Yeah, like Young Dolph and Juice WRLD and Pop Smoke and who else do I work with? I've worked with a lot of artists that have passed, and I would have to say that like I hate it, man. It's the worst. I used to like the first thing that really went viral for me is when Nipsey Hussle got shot and killed out here, and I'm in LA.
Oh, you're in LA?
Yeah, and that was like super moving for me, like when that happened, because it was so close, and I felt the impact of like how it was having here. So I made this little tribute piece, kinda, that I posted like on Instagram, because I was just like, I was moved by it. And the thing went viral, like crazy viral, more viral than anything that I've ever even posted since, I think. And like after that, I just started like doing a lot of stuff like inspired by artists. But then like after like it kept on happening again and again. And then like the artists that I had previously worked with, that happening with them. And I was working on stage visuals for Juice WRLD when he passed. And the visuals that I made ended up being at his tribute concert at Rolling Stone, where it was just like the visual up there without him. So it was like, it became like, I was just like, now I'm just, I'm so turned off by, like the culture that's built around that, or like, like I just try to leave it alone and try to like really, push for people to, I want to make it cool in hip hop to tell stories that you know, you don't have to live your story. You know, it can be okay to just be a storyteller. You know, a lot of people are like, you know, well, you can't blame rap when, you know, there's Scarface and Martin Scorsese doing Goodfellas and stuff, but it's like they're storytellers and they're, you know, proud of being storytellers. A lot of rappers are about like living the lyrics that you talk about, and that's like a rule in rap. And there's even that line from Jay-Z that he says it where he's like, you know, don't talk about it if you ain't live it or something on camera. I think it's called Marcy Son or something. But like, you know, there's that rule of like, you got to live your lyrics. I think it's even cooler if it's just like, it's cool if you're just telling a story, man. Like you can tell, just don't go out and do that stuff. Don't live that stuff. Don't, you know, it's not cool to do so many drugs that, you know, you don't even know what's going on, or, you know, go out and like chase down the ops or whatever they're talking about nowadays. It's like, you know, it's, I mean, but then you think about what we grew up on, you know, like I'm like, Nas, shoot 'em up, you know what I'm saying? Or like, you know, anything Easy E or any of that.
Straight
like,
Compton.
and you're like, or like even like a lot of the rock music, like, dude, I was just listening to Megadeth, and I'm like, I was in 5th grade listening to a group called Megadeth, like, or like 4th grade, and that was like my stuff, you know. So, kids are gonna be kids. They're gonna be young, wild, and reckless. And like, I don't know, I just hope that they survive, you know. And I would suggest just don't be afraid to just be a storyteller, and don't be afraid and like be fine with that. You know, I think like, you know, they say that Nas wrote a lot of stuff from his bedroom. And I mean, like, that's, you know, disputed, but I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with that. That doesn't take away from the poetry he made, you know. So
Nas is one of the best to ever do. I remember when Illmatic dropped, I stood online at the record store to get that tape.
Yeah. The first rap song that really even ever captured me was a Nas song. Is my older sister used to put me on to all the music she would listen to. She's 4 years older than me, and she played me Nas Like a Gun.
Yeah.
It's like the song, you know, and I was just like, that was the craziest story I ever heard. You know, like talk about storytelling.
There's a comic by Creature Entertainment called The Gun, and it's based off Nas's song. About how he's telling the story from the gun's perspective.
Yeah.
Great story. Great story.
And then he's got that one that's in reverse. I can't remember the name of that song, but you know, I think it's on Stillmatic, but it's like the whole song is. Rewind. Yeah, that's the one, Rewind. So I mean, yeah, Nas. That's why I was so crazy when I saw my visuals up there with him on stage, and I got the spinning crown behind him, and he comes up out of the stage. I was just like, you know, that was wild, you know, that was awesome. And that's like not even something I make like a ton of money on, you know what I mean? Like, speaking transparently here, it's more of like, it's just like, that's dope. Like that, that's the first dude I ever listened to, and I got to share the stage with him for a minute. That was worth it, you know what I mean? But like, for the record, I did get paid, but it's like, you know, but like, I would work for free for Nas, you know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the love where it's just like, bro, I got enough of that, but that's not how the business works.
I wouldn't.
That's not how the business works, man. Maybe.
Yeah, fuck that. You're gonna have to pay.
Yeah.
I mean, I know. I feel what you're saying, though. Like, it's definitely like, you know what I mean. It's an honor to work with these people, and then they get paid for it is even better. You know what I mean? It's like, you know.
Yeah, totally. I've made it my career for the last 25 years. It's like just aligning myself with really dope talent, and then I've just left a paper trail of all the artwork behind me that, you know, tells a little bit about my journey. And then I was able to like work with all these artists along the way. It's pretty cool, man. It's great. I mean, I couldn't have done it without social media, you know, like being able to reach out to these people directly, but not only just to them directly, but to all the people around them. It's about reaching out to the managers. It's about reaching out to the people that, you know, the creative directors that, you know, have the far less sexy Instagram page that's just them and their cat, and, you know, what they eat every day is like, that's the dude with 200 followers. That's the guy you want to hit up.
Exactly.
You know?
That's the end right there.
Yeah. And just hit dot all those people that are around those people, and you're going to get a call back if you're talented, you know?
Yeah. Well, how old are you?
How old do you think I am?
32.
Man, thank you, bro. I'm not a woman though. You don't got to guess. No, I'm 40 years old.
All right. I'm 40. Damn, I'm 47, 46. I'm one of those.
Yeah, my sister's 4 years older than me, so I'm like familiar with that era and like that, era of just I respect all like that stuff. That's the era I was looking up to, because you're like 4 or 5 years older than me. It's like when you're in school, it's like those kids are the ones that you're looking up to. So that's what I grew up with. But how about the rest of you guys? Like, what are you all into right now? Like, what's all the rage over here? What's going on? Get me hip to what's going on over here.
AI porn.
It's gonna be if you want to know what's gonna end the world, it's gonna be a thing of destruction. It's gonna come in the form of the Terminator. A female one.
That's what they say. That's how a technology is here to stay, man. Freaking is, how close does this technology get me to getting pussy? All right, or if it doesn't, watch, hey, okay, I got this new car. What does that do for me? It gets me to drive out and find more pussy. Okay, I got this VCR, this DVD. What does it get me to do? It gets me to be able to watch more pussy. You know what I mean? That's how we got to know. I get it. Everybody's really excited about this AI and everything, but what you got to connect it for me at some point. How I'm getting more pussy as a result of that.
Yeah, he makes a great point, because I remember when they said when it was DVD versus it was another media. I forgot what the other media was. Like whatever porn picks that's what's going to win, and the DVD media won. I forgot what the other shit was. I remember Xbox had the fucking converter for it. I forgot what the fuck it was. It wasn't Blue Disc, because it wasn't Blu-ray. It was some other shit. But it was DVD versus. It was the same type of shit. But whatever porn picked,
he's a laser disc.
It wasn't laser disc.
You got to know how to read the signs, man. You got to know how to read the signs out there. And it's, animals feel the shake in the ground. Humans, we know what to follow too. So,
how do you think the metaverse is gonna? How is AI gonna play a part in the metaverse?
It'll probably, AI is really like, I just saw something today that this is a new advancement that just came out today. So I'm talking about new advancements every single day. It's like this one just came out today. The AI, there's an extension to create 360-degree panoramic images. Shit. I think if you can infinitely create 360-degree panoramic images, kind of allows you to, put on a virtual reality headset and just guide your way wherever you want to go in any direction, and your environment constantly changing to whatever you can think of. Like, that just happened. So I don't know. There's I think that I'm talking to a company right now called Versatile, and they do AI generated avatars. So I don't even know what that means, but I'm assuming that you'll be able to generate an avatar, which is the click of a button. And if you can do that, you can create whole populations. And if you can create these 360-degree panoramic images infinitely, it's like you combine that with the AI avatars, and you kind of just have a universe sounding more and more like the Singularity. Like, it's just, I think that it's going to be infinitely expanding, like create almost a dreamlike virtual reality that you could go and really just populate, and kind of like what's kind of what's already happening, but just like more of it and on a grander scale. Like,
it's like you're getting a second chance left, because you could be anybody in your avatar.
Yeah.
Like, you want to be
and I mean, you can really just like create a doorway into your imagination and just go wherever and do whatever you want to do. If you just want to be by yourself and talk to bots all day, you can sit around and talk to imaginary people. If you want to go out and talk to real people, there will be real people in there that you can go hang out with too, that like are very much, tuned with what you are. But it's a weird, nightmarish place. Like, I spent a little time in VR chat because I got the whole Oculus headset or whatever for Christmas last year. And there's a great game on there I think it's called Red Hot or something like that. It's like a shooter, but that game is amazing. That's the only game I play on it, but it is that game was incredible. But the VR chat was like a nightmarish, hellish dream that I would never want to enter ever again, because when I went in there by default, like, I was kind of just like clicking a button, like, just put me into the space, just trying to get in there and explore. Didn't realize I chose my character, and I was one of those like schoolgirl anime chicks or whatever. And I was immediately attacked I was the tax, and it was I had little creatures clinging to me on all my body parts, and I'm running, trying to get away from them, and I think they got the wrong idea about who I was and what I was doing in there.
They don't care. They don't care. It's just like the furry people, man. It's probably a dude inside that furry suit, but you don't freaking care, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was very strange though. I didn't expect it. Like I kind of thought I was just gonna have one of those happy like experiences walking through, just doing like what I see like Mark Zuckerberg doing on his presentations. But instead I was like, I was digitally raped on there, and it was terrifying. And
I do not consent. I do not consent.
Yeah, right. Like, so the same week that happened to me, it happened to dozens of other people. It was like all in the news, and I was like, "Yeah, me too." # me too. Not to downplay any of that situation, but like, yeah. So, somebody was saying like you should put a bubble around you that you have to take off, like a security bubble, so they can't get close to you. And like they can just sit on that outer red rim of the bubble, which would be really creepy. But at least they wouldn't, you would feel like your privacy wasn't being invaded because it was a little bit intense.
What's the name of this game?
VR chat.
No, there's a chat. It wasn't the game. It was.
Yeah, it was VR chat. It's just like it comes with Meta. So it was like you put on the thing, and then the first thing you want to do is go explore, and it was intense. And then it was just all kinds of weird stuff. It was very surreal. It was like walking through a nightmare because like there's all these voices echoing all around you of like people that, I mean,
yeah, I can't do that.
I don't really do like the whole like Call of Duty gaming though, because like people are kind of used to that now, like having their headsets on, talking to complete strangers and just saying whatever, just shouting it into the ether because you don't know who these people are and they're never going to see you ever again. So you're kind of just talking.
Motherfuckers do courage like that. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I call that? I call that my 8 a.m. production meeting.
Yeah. So, but it's a different existence, man. But I'm looking forward to that.
That's just so like the dark web, but in 3D.
Yeah,
and Sans that Silicon Valley Bank is like 2 streets over from my house, and that's one of the local banks over here. So,
oh really?
Yeah, it's still open, man. Those people are standing out front just so they can be interviewed and be on TV.
I had $200,000 in this fucking bank.
They that's all cap, man. They out there just telling you that they got bread.
Like motherfucker, you want Snap. Get the fuck out of here, man.
So Lucas had brought up something earlier that you can now copyright AI art.
You said you can not like N.
Oh, you can.
Or you can now, NOW. You can
yeah,
now.
Yeah.
Did you say?
They got the article right there.
Can be copyrighted.
Yep.
Yeah, we were really we were shooting to get our book copyrighted, the Blank Canvas. We wanted to get that copyright. We're going through the process right now just to for this exact reason. But I see somebody else has proven it, so I guess the race is over. But yeah. With the other scenarios, Chris Castanova, who's an artist on Instagram who I've been following since I've been following this case. I heard her case. I first read about it on the front page of the Wall Street Journal. They said, AI art is being stolen or something, and she was kind of the story that they covered for her book, and it became like the case that everybody was following, and they ended up saying that the images were not copyrightable, but the what do they call that? Composition of them was. The composition could be copyrighted. The arrangement, they said. It was the arrangement could be copyrighted, but not the images themselves. But I mean, that's not to say, like with the Blank Canvas, I manipulated all the pictures. I put a lot into like actually like touching up all the edges and or just like drawing over top of it and parts. Like I feel like there was enough done where it makes it a completely original work and would be copyrightable. I didn't just pump it out of an AI and like slap it in some squares and that's that. Like I applied a lot of creativity to the process. So I hope that that's copyrightable because that's kind of my art form.
Well, yeah. So I mean, outside of this, because the article actually didn't really do a good job of talking to it. The final work, it has to be not on the server that you're pulling the work from. So if you're using like Chat GPT, AI, whatever, for GPT, all that other shit, the final work that you're trying to copyright cannot be on there because everything that you upload to any of those servers actually belongs to the company that you upload it to.
Mm.
Damn, that's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, and it's the same for Facebook, Instagram, all this stuff. Like anytime you upload that stuff, a portion of it you actually give them a permit and a license to reuse it in whatever form they want. You're just gonna have to battle it out. Photo Bucket, it's the same thing. That's why Bucket they try
Yeah.
to scream about the fact that people were using it. Well, guess what? You don't actually own that stuff, right? And until they put that through the courts and everything, that's whatever. Especially because the final product was not what was originally loaded up. So, but here they're saying that the U.S. copyright will consider it if a human can prove that they themselves put a meaningful amount of creative effort into the final content, according to the policy. Well, let's say you did your whole freaking book on the Chat GPT or excuse me the GBT or whatever you used. You All you got to do is just make sure that the final draft was not uploaded. All you were doing is just pulling the different images together,
Yeah.
and then you got to add on your own little stuff. Make sure you put your copyright mark on there, and then
There it
you should be
is.
good.
There it is.
Ways to get around that. My man Eric Curry has a question. He said, Teller, what's your opinion on the Warhol versus Goldsmith case? It has bearing on the Fair Use Act, which I assume will have a bearing on the AI art and AI writing.
Guys, I'm not familiar with that case.
Me neither.
So maybe, yeah, like
Right.
I will look it up though right now as Ron give you
Yeah, I
first-
believe it was some like there was definitely some people using like the war. So the way people are using this is like kind of like a filter, right? Like you go TikTok filter, go to Instagram, you can use a filter. That's kind of how people are using these, right? So there's like a Warhol filter, there's an anime filter, there's whatever type of artwork you want to be able to use. There's a filter. That's the way to think of it, is a filter. So there's a Warhol filter, and people have been using this Warhol. The problem is that they are worried that if people are using these Warhol filters, um, people the revenue that Warhol and his estate usually gets will lessen because all of a sudden artwork just like his is just out there everywhere.
Yeah.
Now the specifics of what details that they were using to show what revenue they were losing, I'm not familiar with that. I know because I think we talked. You weren't you on with us when we were in Nirvana when we talked about this the last time, or were you not on that show?
I don't think I
But
was.
yeah, we talked about that, but I don't think they actually clarified how they were saying that there was a revenue loss on that. That's another thing that has to be shown is that the plaintiffs has to show is that as a result of them using your style or your filter is that you are actually having a revenue loss. So sometimes that means you have to actually start making money before you can sue anybody for copying your shit.
Well, I would say that like that reminds me a lot of like the whole Metallica Napster,
Yeah.
like because this is kind of like right in that middle area where now streaming is everybody streams and stuff, but there was that area of like a bunch of projects that had to fall before we could get to this point, and like Metallica was the one like raging against Napster about that. So I think people are going to rage for a minute about their styles being turned into filters like the Warhol one, but we're going to get beyond that, just like we got beyond the whole Napster Metallica era, and we figured out how to do it. And then this is what I've been looking forward to is artists creating training AIs on their style, and then that's called a CKPT file, and then licensing their CKPT file for people to use it as a filter. And now you can use your favorite comic book artist's style, but he's getting paid for it because you're licensing his CKPT. So
that is so crazy.
That is the future of where we're going. And I'll tell you what, who's the guy, Joe Mad, the artist Joe Mad, you guys know who I'm talking about, Joe Mad? Okay, what books did he do? He did I know his full name, but I just always call it Joe Madureira. Joe
Oh,
Or wait,
yeah.
is that the right one? Maybe no, that's wrong. Hold on. What books did he do? But there's a famous comic book artist. Oh yeah, Joe Madureira. How do you say this guy's name? Madureira. I'm butchering this legend's name right now. He made he made this book Darksiders is a video game. Hold on.
Oh yeah. He did Battle Chasers.
Battle
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Like there is on one of the AI sites that I go to, they have some an AI trained on his style. And I think that he should own that style and he should license it. And I think all artists, like every comic book artist right now, should be hiring an AI guy to train on their style. And there should be a platform where it's just like, yo, you want to use Kirby Style? You can. Now Kirby's family gets paid till the end of eternity for anybody that utilizes these styles.
Yeah,
be cemented in art forever. So what's going to be more important than anything in the near future is owning a style. Having your own style that you did. And that's what's cool is because that's the human part is like, did you bring a new voice to the game? And if you didn't, I don't know. That's where the work is going to be.
That's very interesting. That is, that's
right.
So crazy.
Right. So here's that case that Sansa actually brought up. So apparently, Lynn Goldsmith was suing the Andy Warhol estate because Andy Warhol created the image on the right. Lynn Goldsmith is saying that he actually used a photograph of Lynn's from the left to do that. So that's the question that you're actually what's the style? Andy Warhol style is recognizable throughout.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not like we don't know what the fuck Prince looks like, right? I've never seen the photo on the fucking left, nor what I fucking buy or purchase that fucking thing on the freaking left, right? Because to me, that's not even fucking Prince. That's not Prince in his full glory, right?
Right.
But if somebody said, "Hey, that joint on the fucking right, that's an Andy Warhol," and I got the first print for that motherfucker, I will most definitely buy that shit.
Well, this is very similar to that other case too, right? With Shepard Fairey making that Obama Hope picture, right?
Yeah.
And then the photographer suing Shepard Fairey over the use of the image, but then you could recognize like that style, right? That hey, this is Shepard Fairey, blah blah blah, because he built an empire off of that, right? And then the photographer, backtracking and be like, well, you used my image on this without giving me any credit to it.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
But the danger, right, exactly. But the danger is that once your style gets uploaded to the servers, whatever, there will be so many people using your style that they'll forget whose original style it is, right? So I see it all the time on TikTok and fucking Instagram. Somebody will come up with an original video, original content, right? And then somebody else will fucking steal it. And then that second or third video is the one that becomes the most popular, right?
Oh,
so
because
right. So the first person that did that, he'll comment on it, they'll comment on their own content, or they'll make a more cleaned up version. Then they get accused of stealing their own fucking content when they were the original content. So that's the biggest fucking danger that I see out there.
Like the twerk team. Them girls was twerking. They called it twerk team. The Miley Cyrus came into it. Everybody think Miley Cyrus is in twerking. That's fucked up.
That's crazy.
It's real shit though. That's the same shit. It was a whole twerk team. It was a bunch of girls getting busy twerking. And Miley Cyrus come in and shake her little ass, and everybody think Miley Cyrus is in twerking. It's not fucking. That's not the fucking case.
Yeah, that's why I think establishing these styles that could be AI AI trained styles that are labeled and in a database where it's all cataloged can really protect those things because they're all proven, they're on the blockchain, so they're there forever. And nobody can say anything about it. It's there. That's that. I could see that happening. Like helping out. But I don't know if that was ever to take off. But I mean, it would take a lot, and it'll take some time. I think a lot quicker than that'll happen is the scenario you're talking about, where there's going to be a lot of people that are lost to the hands of time, and it's got to be spread word of mouth. Just to keep those things alive, those names, those legacies alive. Like there's one of my friends, Gangsta Boo, just passed away. Was a friend of mine, and I shot music videos with Gangsta Boo, and I did a lot of different like creative work, and I'm actually working on something with the family now moving forward. But a lot of people don't know that Gangsta Boo is like one of the first female rappers to come in and create that whole style of rap that you hear Megan Thee Stallion doing, and you hear a lot of these other women doing. Like Gangsta Boo is 95, so it's it would be it's nice to make sure that people get their flowers. That's what they call it. Right. I was like, make sure these guys get their flowers the best we can, and that's why you just got to keep your voice loud and make sure that their legacy stays alive. And then we can use technology to protect those legacies.
It's a very interesting role. I see it in your bio that you worked with the Unreal Engine.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So was that for the videos, or are you like creating games or something like that?
Yeah, I'm working on a video game right now for Little Bitcoin. So Little Bitcoin has a game, and it's an infinite runner in the style of like Temple Run.
Okay.
And it's pretty sick. We've got a couple videos like showing. I wish I had like one like available I could send over to you right now. But yeah, it's coming out great. That's coming soon. And Unreal Engine is the future. Anybody that's in the 3D, like doing like the 3D art like me, like they're all into Blender and Unreal. And now AI is starting to creep in there too. But like, that's where it's at right now if you're into 3D. Unfortunately, I'm not on the Blender wagon. I do Cinema 4D. But I am doing Unreal Engine, Unreal 5. Some of the Nicki Minaj video I ran through Unreal, and I was able to get some of the cool billowing smoke effects and stuff like that are kind of hard to get in Cinema 4D. But Unreal is fun. It's just that's another beast. There's a little bit of coding involved, with the blueprints and things, so it gets a little bit like technical, but it's a lot of fun once you get the hang of it, and you can get a great look out of it too.
Can you incorporate like AI art into the Unreal Engine, or is that like a separate entity?
Yeah. You can now do blueprints where you send the AI in there. I don't know exactly. I think like what a lot of people are using it for is like to create like seamless textures and stuff like that. So they're creating like patterns and everything. Like to me, that sounds kind of boring. Like I don't really, I'll do that in outside. Like I'm waiting for it to be, that the AI avatars where it's like, okay, you can generate any character you want. You know what I mean? You could do that instantly, or whatever. I was just watching that Travis Scott Fortnite concert. Somebody sent me that video that I saw a long time ago, but that was all done a lot of it was done in Unreal. Like I don't know what, Unreal 3 or 4 maybe, but like. Even watching it now, it's kind of mind blowing watching that concert. Did you guys ever see that? Did you see that Fortnite Travis Scott show?
Yeah, my 10-year-old was watching it. Like it was like a big thing for. I remember her waiting like all week for it. Like,
yeah, pretty cool. Really? I mean, it was legendary. If you go back and watch it now, you're like, they actually took players off of the map and send them out into outer space flying, which is like the ambition to think like for the development team to be like. Nah, let's leave the planet and let's go flying for a little while. Like,
but the way that shit moved to the music and like everything about it, that shit was dope. I was sitting there watching her watching. I was just like, I can't believe I'm watching this. But I mean, I knew the music, so I was just kind of like watching it. But it was just like it was dope. It was dope.
Yeah, totally. So we're actually doing something similar. Different, kind of on a different level, in Decentraland. If you guys are familiar with Decentraland, but it's kind of a metaverse online. People buy plots of land and buy them for tens of thousands of dollars, and they own a little plot, and you can like run through this virtual world, kind of like a Sims, Second Life, or whatever. But it's big. It's called Decentraland. We're having a concert there next in a week and a half on the 28th. It's the LimeWire concert. So if you guys remember LimeWire, Yeah, so
I got so many
LimeWire,
fucking viruses from that shit.
that was the spot for a little bit though. But yeah, we've been helping them out, like bring them into the metaverse. They've got an arena, an actual arena in Decentraland, and they've had some good shows there. And my character, Little Bitcoin, let me grab this book for you guys that don't know. I've got this book, Little Bitcoin.
Oh,
one of my
nice.
books. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me make sure we get the. Is that foil?
Yeah. We got the foil cover on here.
Oh
This
shit!
was-
How many comics have you created?
This is my made 3 now, and then I've got the 4th on the way. So, but all independent and all just for the love of just, you know, completely outside of the industry, just doing it on my own and making the books that I want. Like even this, like we didn't have to do a foil book cover on this. I didn't have to put QR codes on every single page. I have 2 or 3 QR codes just so it kind of like you can find other parts of the story that exist online, whether it's buying an NFT or it's you know, like I've got like right here I've got a QR code, and then like that'll play a song I think for that page, and then you know, right here I've got a QR code hidden right there. I've got another one like down here someplace, I think. Oh yeah, the QR right there. Oh, I got another one like right there. So
is that AI art in the book or this art?
This is all 3D. So I didn't do this I did this in Cinema 4D. So yeah, here I'll show you one of my favorite spreads on here. Yeah. Oh, this is pretty cool. Got like the big explosion on there. So yeah, this is all done in 3D program, and then I just like drew over top of it, so you see like characters here.
Yo, your ambition is fucking off the fucking chain.
Got all this right here.
He's got that young man energy and shit, man.
So,
I feel like I got a lot of catching up to do because I spent a lot of time, you know.
So this question makes sense. Like, have recreational drugs been your influence or your precipitation of the world, or have you always been a sober thinker?
Yeah. Let me show you. This has a big, you know, Red Bull, holler at me, sponsorships. But, you know, yeah, I just stay pounding the Red Bulls, and you know, I had like one bad LSD experience when I was 15 years old, but other than that, that's all it takes, right?
Yeah, all it takes.
Just one.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is hear stories about a bad shit. I ain't fucking with that shit, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Now behind you, I see a couple pieces of art. I see something that has like a Jason Pollock type of look, and then the other one I'm too drunk to recognize. Right now. Do you just like have a whole bunch of like art pieces around, and that is possibly your influence, or you know, or are you like me? You just throw shit up just to impress the dinner guests and shit.
No, like I really, you know, wanted to get my hands like dirty again because I've been doing digital art for so long. So I was like, let me just like, I was just moved to do something with my hands, you know? So I did this thing. It's a lot of fun. I suggest everybody do it. But here, check this out. So this is
shit.
Wow.
Oh shit.
3D.
Oh, that's cool.
Where the fuck did you get that? Or you made that shit?
I made it. This is all me. This is some of my art. I call it FOMO art.
I like that.
But
see, you're definitely from the 70s, 80s generation when we had pop-up books and shit.
You know, I got a bunch of like weird stuff sitting around. I make a bunch of like masks out of foam, like the same stuff that they make like the cosplay like shoulder pads and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I figured out how to do all that with the foam, and it became like really fun to just like this art right here. I'm actually doing a class for kids next month. It's like elementary and middle school kids, and I've tried it out on my friends' children. But you take we take a canvas, and then we cut up little pieces of foam, and we pile them up on this canvas in a certain way. And I have a whole instructional way of doing it where we kind of like lay down the biggest pieces first, and those become the islands. And then we take the smaller pieces and we create bridges from island to island, like gluing it and stacking it up, kind of in the fashion that you see behind me. And then afterwards, we just put a bunch of acrylic paint on it. There's no way it looks bad. it always looks good. And
Well,
like even
shit,
for little
fucking-
kids, man.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
shit, you teach that shit to kids. Teach that shit to me, man.
No, but it's like one of my favorite things to do is like, you know, if I have like some friends over. Actually, I haven't done this a lot, but I only did it once. But I was like, that was fun. I should do that more often. It was just like you just set the canvas down on the table, you crack some beers, and you have these foam pieces sitting around and a glue gun. And then just as you're drinking beers, you just set it down anywhere on the canvas, just glue it down and like just stack them up. And then you just take some markers and just draw on top of it as you're drinking. Everybody's just like kind of adding on. And like, there's no wrong answer. It's just abstract. So it's just, it's kind of like you don't have to think about it at all. And it always ends up looking pretty cool. So like, it's like a way of relaxing. But the problem was this art it started taking up too much space in my apartment. So that's when I went 3D, was because I was like, okay, I got no more room in the house, but my hard drive can store in like a stupid amount, like, you know, whatever, 5 terabytes on here or whatever of art. So I started doing everything digitally and making 3D art. So until I can get my own big spot where I can like house all my artwork, until then, it's like my hard drives will have to do in 3D programs. But I love doing this stuff more than anything. If I could just retire to just making, you know, this stuff and like making foam art and just kind of like weird abstract stuff, like that would probably be what I end up doing when I'm an old man. Like that's
no bullshit. You are a fascinating motherfucker.
Well, you know, it's been like anybody who just pursues a journey in art is going to end up being an interesting story, because there's ups and downs, and there's like, you know, it's a real struggle. And that's what people told me early on, was like, enjoy the journey. But like, to me, it was enjoy the struggle, because it was a hard time the whole time. But you know, it wasn't boring, that's for sure. And like, we've got a lot more to do. I feel like in this whole comic book space, even, we're about to crack the lid off of this by being able to, you know, show people how to create their own AI comics. Like that's my goal with the blank canvas, is like to create my own comics faster than anybody else can create them, but then also show people my techniques of doing it so that I can bring them onto blank canvas and they can tell their stories. And, you know, we could just be putting out.
I'm
you know,
there for that. Let me know when first class. I'm there for that one, because I got stories and shit in my head. Like,
there's no more middleman. Like, you can do it all yourself, and like you can do it in any style, because the styles that you choose is really kind of like that's an artistic choice in its own. Is like being able to say, okay, I want to do a noir style for this one, but maybe like you're not capable. You know, I don't know. I'm not somebody that's attached to this whole wrist game. That like some people are like, they want to do that for all the rest of their life, is just sit there doing this.
Right.
I'm like, to me, you know, that's a middleman, because that has to do with maybe you don't have a steady hand naturally. So that's making you incapable of creating your visions, is because you don't have a natural steady hand. That shouldn't make you incapable of like getting your ideas out of your head. So the fact that we remove that, and now anybody can kind of get that vision out, it's like, I want to see what people are dreaming up. Like,
I'm like Erykah Badu. I'm an artist. I'm sensitive about my shit.
I would love to see it. Like, I've been telling my friends, I've been trying to teach them how to do this stuff. I'm like, dude, I want to see what's in your messed up head, because I hear your ideas and I know what you think. Like, you know,
bro, I got a fucking amazing story. I got the characters. I even had my man Cardi. I had like, yo, he made some images of the characters. Fucking
yeah.
We gotta talk, man. we gotta do this.
Well, you know, just for anybody listening, I would recommend like just look up Midjourney, because Midjourney 5 just came out, and that's like it's leaning towards photorealism, so it's very realistic looking, and that could be something that's really cool. It's still capable of doing a lot of things, but it's like got and it's got the 5 fingers. So all you finger bandits out there that are complaining about all the fingers on the hands in AI, they've got that figured it out. So Midjourney 5 is pretty cool, but for the real G's out there, check out Stable Diffusion. I believe Stable Diffusion is like, you know, if you want to just get some references to show somebody and say, you know, like, hey, I'm looking for something like this, Midjourney is probably going to be pretty good for you to do. Like, it's almost like a what are those called? Those somebody's got the pics. Where do they got the photo galleries online? It starts with a P. They're
Pinterest.
Yeah, the Pinterest. So it's like Pinterest on steroids, like where a lot of people will create mood boards and Pinterest. Midjourney is great for mood boards because you can kind of just get all these little mini ideas. But if you want to get really in depth, like I did with Blank Canvas, where you're like doing more storytelling and stuff, Stable Diffusion, I think, is
Stable Diffusion. Let me
it's
write
the
that
most
shit down.
it's the most versatile, but let me tell you,
Cartier is
Cartier. I don't. Cartier
he
dick is
made
hard
it
as
to
fuck
the
right
building. He's on it.
oh really?
So he said, what are your thoughts? He got 1,000 comments. What are your thoughts on AI comments?
We got to slow it down,
Man, he missed the wrong night, man.
Nah, he'll catch the replay. Trust me. I told him.
Yeah.
He was so excited that you were coming on. I was like, yo, you got to be here.
So like, but yeah, Stable Diffusion, and then let me see if there's any other little.
He said, Leonardo AI is getting big.
I'm not familiar with that one. Is that something new?
You guys got to link up because he gonna text you like 4 in the morning every day.
You probably talking about Dali.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because there's like they're like the Ninja Turtles. They're taking all like the Michelangelo, Leonardo. Like there's Dali, and then there's probably a Leonardo, but I think there is a what else is there? No, I think I did see one that was like a Leonardo, but yeah. I remember when I'm telling you, when he just started, like he was doing these cards. Hell, his card game got so crazy.
No, there's like 2 cards I want, man.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, and he be texting like 3 in the morning. Like, I gotta wake up more. I gotta go to Dollar Tree. I gotta get some petroleum oil. Like, what are you doing, man? Go to sleep, man. Like, yo, I can't see. Like, his mind goes 1,000 miles a minute. Yo, I'm telling y'all link up. Y'all gonna make some magic happen because he's fucking a genius and he's mad smart. He's great kid.
What was really fun for me to do over the Christmas break was sit with my nephews and we opened Midjourney and I would be like, all right, pick your 2 favorite Pokemon cards. And they would take out their 2 favorite Pokemon cards. And then I would go into Midjourney and I would say, mix this Pokemon with this Pokemon. I would say their names and it would come out like a remixed version. But we would say like, okay, make this version mixed with this version and then put them in the desert. And there's a sandstorm coming. And it was really cool. And like we printed those out and we put them in they got like little card books to keep all their Pokemon cards in. And that became the cover of their book. So, all their friends, when they see that, are going to be like, dude, where did you get that remixed Pokemon? And they're like 7 and 4 years old. So they're like super young. But it was like, that was awesome being able to remix it right there while they were sitting with me. And the good thing about the Midjourney is that on the Discord, they certain words are banned. So I was pretty confident as they were sitting there, like, no, adult material is going to pop out or something
pop up on the Pokemon.
Yeah, something that was going to traumatize them or for life or make them grow up overnight, one or the other. But like, so it was like pretty clean, like feed, so I could have them around to do it. So it became kind of fun. And a couple of the other cousins came over and it became like a big group activity of everybody. And then it became a little bit of a problem. But like, it was like fun. It was fun. It was like we're creating together. I think it made like a good memory for them and also like better art than they ever could have imagined ever creating themselves. Like, they thought of it and it materialized and there it was. And like, I wonder what that does for a kid's brain as far as speeding up, like, oh, well, what else can I think of? Here, let's do this. And like they're creating their own thing that will never be reproduced because these images are one of ones. They're not going to be reproduced again. So they legit made it up and materialized it and saw it. I think that's incredible.
I know you were on Beyond Wisdom with Brian McClay. We was fucking around with that Midjourney shit on one show. We would do that shit for about 4 hours.
Oh yeah. It's fun, man.
It just got like stupid shit like fucking ice dragon in the desert. Yeah. We just got crazy with it.
When you start getting into Chat GPT, you're doing your story writing in Chat GPT, and then you're just, you can condense the stories down and into prompts that can be fed then to the AI art generator. And that's like what can inform what you create in Midjourney is kind of what you're working on Chat GPT with. So it's just like pretty easy.
I'm about to fuck the game up, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. I got some shit, man. We got to link up.
Yeah,
game up, man.
It's happening fast too. I mean, for as many as new as this is for a lot of people that are in the comic book world and stuff, or like when I talk to people, like there's like a thriving like AI comic book community on like Facebook that has like 5,000 followers, and those people are like, I thought I was kind of alone. And then when I started digging, I was like, whoa, there's other ones Like, and not only that, like these are awesome, and these guys are like really advanced with it. And I was like, these people aren't listening to what anybody else is saying about the legitimacy of the comics. Like they're just existing, and they're creating this cool little underground movement of AI comics that doesn't really care about what anybody else thinks about it. And that's where I'm at, and that's really, maybe I can like by communicating with the real comic book industry and shout out some of the people that's with my crew, like Vinny Kumar.
That's my man. That's who looked this up. That's my man, Vinny.
Yeah, like he's got his hands in the real comic book world, so he's like being a big player and connecting these, and he helped get the books at Comics Pro, where we gave out 200 books, and that spread, and now those books are all going for $60 and
80.
more.
So this is only limited to 200.
200, yeah. There's just 200 out there.
Yo, we giving one away tonight, fans. All you gotta do is just type anything in the chat, and we're gonna put your name on the muffin wheel, baby.
Get it now, man. Blank canvas. Yeah, there's only
Future
200 out
book.
there. What's that?
It's gonna be a future ghost book.
Yeah,
Once they all dry up and like end up in people's collections.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I mean, yeah, that sounds pretty good. That's a goal, right? Be a ghost book. I think.
we got people want this. Yeah, I'm definitely be there with my fucking pen and pad or whatever you use to write now. Because like I said, I'm old. I'm an old head, man. I'm 2 generations behind. So I remember when I was playing like Madden 2000. I was like, oh, graphics ain't never gonna get no better than this.
Yeah. This is something I've been saying about like AI. If you look at my Nicki Minaj video, I did like some scenes where it's kind of like like the scene is developing and like kind of like morphing, and it really is dreamlike in a way. And I've been thinking that I think that I dream similar to how AI animates. And I think that there might be some sort of connection there, and how AI, kind of frame by frame, like develops these things, because my dreams are very similar in how how dreams are just messed up, where you like one moment you're in the forest or something, the next moment you're like in a hallway and you're talking to like your girlfriend and you're kissing, and then you open your eyes and it's your mom and you're this is all messed up. Like that's kind of how AI is in how you a certain type of animation that you can do in stable diffusion. Kind of you put in stacked prompts and you would say like, okay, a horse running through the desert. And then your next prompt would be like running, a bird flying through the woods. And then the animation can, over the course of, 100 frames or however many frames you specify, it can transition between these things. And your dreams are very similar in how you transition from, one environment to another. And I started noticing similarities in dreams where you can't read books in dreams. If you open a book and you try to read it, you're not gonna be able to read the words. In AI, it can't develop words either. Like if you try to, if you say an open book in AI, it won't say words. It'll be a bunch of symbols. It's very similar to dreamlike. And I also wondered about counting your fingers in dreams. So in my dreams, I've been trying to like look down at my hand to be like, do I got 6? Do I have AI hands? Because that would just be creepy. That would just be creepy if you had AI hands in your dream, because that would just be like a straight up indicator. Like, there is some kind of connection between how AI develops these pictures and how maybe human consciousness kind of comes up with things. And the further we develop this, the more dreamlike this all becomes. So there might be a weird connection there. But
ain't gonna be no more such thing as reality, man. Nobody gonna go outside no more, kid.
Yeah. Hey, we're gonna get closer and closer to the truth of what consciousness like really is when we start having these artificial artificial experiences where when you're in a VR inside a VR inside a, it's
right.
It can get kind of confusing. So, but the more that I talk about it, the more I just always end up at right where I'm sitting, where it's like, okay, so it's just like real life, but is virtual. So what's the difference?
So Midjourney does real letters.
Does it? Wait, hold on. Does it do full words though? Does it do like like sentences and everything? I haven't seen it do any like real sentences, because
I went to smoke a bowl, came back to some deep stuff.
Perfect. I wonder if it had anything to do with the fact that you just smoked a bowl. Everything got real deep. What, why?
A Mid-Journey V5.
Yeah, V5 can handle the fingers too, supposedly. And I wonder if that had something to do with V5. Maybe they were trying to send a message. But it only keeps the 5 fingers now on V5. So that's really cool. It's very.
There's words but no sentences.
Words but no sentences. So yeah, it's jumbled up. But maybe they'll even get that right sometime and completely prove my dream theory wrong. But
so
for right now,
that's all.
I can't wait till you two motherfuckers leave because y'all gonna get some shit done for real.
So Cartier is actually in the comments right now.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
right.
What's up, man? Sorry you couldn't make it here, but yeah, I see you're on it.
So he I'm telling you, man, he gonna be hitting you up like fuck 4 a.m.
Yeah, I wonder what you could do with like cards, like a card collection, like how I was mixing the Pokemons together. I thought about doing a website that was kind of like. It would be called like Pokey. I don't know how you would do it, but a site specifically for remixing Pokemons. Because I think that would blow up. I think kids would just be like, use AI to mix your cards, or like use AI to, if you have any cards, like how cool would that be to kind of like remix your cards together and get a card.
Check out his page. He got this. It's dope. This like Bo Jackson, but it's like baby cards. He like Bo Jackson, fucking Donald Trump, this shit was crazy. I like, signing these cards. And he'll be one of some of that shit. That's what pissed me off. Like, what fucking show me some of these motherfuckers?
So he's got Cardier's got that on his Instagram page.
So that's his shit is official. Yeah. Shit is official.
I gotta check it out because that could be that could take off. Like,
you motherfuckers get together, man. I'm telling y'all, man.
People are really like. There's a lot of stuff going viral every day of like, this is what AI thinks. What was the one I just saw? It was like, it was jobs in the workplace, but as animals. So like the accountant was an alligator or something, and the boss was a bear. And then there was, so it like, these are the stupid things that are going viral every day. So it's like, can you guys take the cards or your collection, remix them together somehow and say, this is what, if Punisher and Spider-Man had a baby would look like.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like those things will totally take off. And like, I mean, look how successful all those music covers were, the music variant covers. With
the hip hop variants.
Yeah. Like those were, I mean, like, I don't know from the comic book side, like how the comic book world viewed that as like hip hop, like kind of tipping its hat. But like in the hip hop world, it made comics like validated. Like people in the hip hop world started reading comics after that for a lot of people. I mean, hip hop's been in the comics, obviously, but I mean, like a whole new group of people were like, felt that they were being spoken to through those covers, myself as one of them. And that was during, I think, like that pandemic or maybe a little bit earlier.
It was before. It was a couple years before when they started. I remember that. Like that Nas Illmatic Miles Morales cover. That's top.
Okay.
That's primo shit.
Really? Yeah. So, I mean, the formula is there for people that have fun with AI and kind of like do whatever with these characters. And I've been messing around with it a little. I owned the Instagram handle Trap GPT. So I have Trap GPT, but I went for Rap GPT, but somebody had Rap GPT. So I was like, I'll take Trap GPT. That's kind of a cool name. But I think Rap GPT, how big could rapgpt.com be if people were just like doing rap battles using all AI?
What was that shit? Homegrown hip hop zone. Remember that shit? Used to go there and fucking type your fucking rhymes, battle them.
Really? Oh man.
Homegrown hip hop zone. Yeah. So you ready to get this away, Lucas?
Yes, sir. I think we're good. I mean, I don't know if you want to give them any more time to get their names on the board.
Yeah, so
we got enough.
Here's what we give it away. We give it away the future legendary book in the making AIR blank canvas from my man Television, going for $60 to $80. Giving it away for free. You know how we do it here on It's Drunken Chat, son. All you gotta do is type anything in this motherfucker. Your name goes on the list. Everybody get a fair chance. Like I said, you ain't gotta share this between 900 motherfuckers. Now you ain't gotta do nothing. Show. You gotta type your name in the chat or type anything in the chat. Your name go on the wheel. That's it.
And let me just show the project real quick. The book Blank Canvas is the story. I wanted to take the cape off Superman and put it around the neck of the artist, because the artist is the superhero. A lot of times is the unsung hero. We've seen in comics history that, is the shadow behind the superhero. So I really wanted to make the artist the superhero on my comic. So this is the story of an artist who is lost all of his inspiration, and he's on a journey to find something to inspire him. And he does so by falling into a portal that is his canvas. And he kind of falls into this world of creativity and imagination in search of inspiration. And it's kind of a personal journey as well, as I was going through a dark period of not having any inspiration when I really needed it, which was in 2020 during the NFT boom. Like I felt like I had to create some, like I had a lot of successful NFT projects that were out there, and I was searching for like something to continue the momentum, and it wasn't coming to me. And it was very frustrating, and it kind of left me in like kind of a space of depression. So it was about getting through that depression and getting to the inspiration. And that's what this book is about.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Yo, much success is coming your way, son. Trust me. Like you do this, like you it's so it comes off very fluid. Like your creativity is just like amazing.
Well, again, man, it's a way of life. Like David Lynch calls it the art life. He calls it the art life consists of making art and drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes, according to David Lynch. It's the art life, but. So I just, that's the path I follow, and it's like something I've always done, and I always will do. It's like ever since I was a kid, I just wanted to be one thing, a true artist, and a true artist lives this every day and just, creates regardless and just makes cool stuff. So that's what we're doing.
All right, that sounds good. So here we go. Everybody got their name in there. Will Alexander says only 200. For the blank canvas, right? Only 20?
Only 200. Only 200 books.
There it is. So if anybody, let me know now. I'm counting to 10. You want to put your name on the list? 10, 9.
Name on the list?
Matter of fact, all y'all put your name on the list too. Yeezy, Chillins, all your name.
Run it up. Add your names to the list, guys. Run it up.
Why you got triple X's on the name?
It helps me filter everything out, make sure everything's good to go.
Gotcha. All
right, and all the names that we do see on there, shout out to everybody that's interested in this book, that's interested in this story, that wants a copy. I wish I could get a copy in all of your hands, but right now we only have one book. It's going to go to a lucky winner right now, but thanks everybody for tuning in and checking it out, hearing the story. And if you want to follow us, we're at Blank Canvas Comics on Instagram. And this is one of the only places you can get this book right now, is right here. So get your name on that wheel.
What's crazy is none on eBay.
Okay. Yeah. Anytime one goes up on eBay, it's gone immediately.
So that's crazy.
Yeah. So this is it, guys.
Oh, that was fast. It already disappearing from eBay.
Yeah, I tried to get some information, like to see what they were listed for. There's none on there.
Yeah.
All
I mean,
sold.
What Comics Pro was 2 weeks ago now at this point?
It's been 3 weeks ago.
It's 3 weeks now?
Yeah, I think 3, yeah.
Now, here is a question, though. Was it distributed at all through Diamond or anything?
Good question.
No.
Okay. So you just kind of passed it out at Comics Pro joint.
Wait,
right?
you know what? So, what's the question one more time? Was it distributed through Diamond?
Yes.
Because I was the creator, but I have to give it to my guy Vinny, because he was the one that kind of made that play happen. So I'm not sure, I'm not positive, but I know that we talked to the people at Comics Pro and they gave us their blessing and included it. I believe that it was included in some bags there, so it was on the table or whatever. So is that what you meant? Like, were they actually co-signing it, or were we just out there renegade style?
Nah, fuck Comics Pro, man, because they don't recognize. Yeah, they don't recognize stores unless you have like a brick and mortar. So if you got like a e-commerce shop or anything like I do, they don't even let you join the Comics Pro community, man. So they
the politics,
shut
man.
out.
Yeah. Well, I feel very fortunate that like we were able to get a means of getting this into people's hands that are relevant in the industry. That's very important for someone like myself who's who needs that. And so it was a great opportunity, but that was something that we wanted to take advantage of because you need every opportunity and every advantage you can get in this business.
Yep. All right, Mel. I think we're good to go.
I don't think he has his headphones on. Here we go.
I got a piece of cheese.
Who's saying the magic phrase?
Lucas, spin the motherfucking wheel. Here we go.
You need that sound.
I don't know.
Blank canvas.
Here we go.
Who's getting the book? This is better than Wheel of Fortune. Go.
We've been doing this shit for 2 years now.
Yeah, man.
Will.
Oh, Calamity.
All right.
Calamity Comics.
Where's it going?
Manny. Nope.
Joe, Manny, Ben.
Oh, Lucas.
John,
Lucas.
Steve.
Yo, you know what's crazy? He was about to leave the show because we started late.
Oh,
see,
really?
See what happened? Yeah. See what happens when you stay, Steve? Congratulations, bro. Yo, Steve, get at me on Instagram. I got your copy right here. Shoot me an address. I get that out to you on Monday, brother. He'll be up on IG.
I had that same thing happen to me when I was growing up. I remember it's one of my earliest memories. I was with my parents at some sort of festival, and I was kicking and screaming to leave. And they were like, we entered you in a contest. Let's stay. And I ended up winning. And I felt like such a jerk when I won. I was all pouting and I was like I was throwing a fit the whole time. But all I won was some cross-country skis that I never used in my entire life. But
motherfuckers are expensive. Those are like $300 to $400.
But I should have. I really should have. But the lesson was worth more than the skis, which was good things come to those who wait. Maybe. I don't know.
And Steve just learned that lesson.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome that you guys did that. And
you actually won a giveaway yesterday from Marvel had a X-Men panel event through Zoom or whatever. And so I was just listening before our podcast one day or yesterday, and then all of a sudden I woke up this morning, looked at my email, and it's like, congratulations, you just won a Marvel Unlimited virtual event giveaway. And it's it's a Marvel Legends X-Men 6-inch figure action 3-pack with Storm, Forge, and Jubilee. And all I had to do was just email them.
And you won that yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh man, see, I need to just start entering things randomly more often. Like every chance I get, just if it, I won't play the lottery, but if it's one of those things where it's just like an email thing and sign up for your chance to win, you got to shoot the score.
Yeah.
This was his comment at 12:22 a.m. So congratulations, and he has Battle Beast in his avatar, so I love it. So you're more than welcome to stick around with us because we got to do our portion of the show where we get in the FOC, talk about a whole bunch of other shit. You're more than welcome to stay with us. We be bugging out.
Yeah, I'm going to hang out for a minute, but I just want to, again, shout out everybody for tuning in, for hanging out with us, for going deep down the rabbit hole. If you want to go deeper, you can follow me at Television on Instagram, at Television on Twitter. And then my two projects are Blank Canvas Comics and Little Bitcoin, which you can follow on crypto.com. We've got our next release coming out, which is our third book in the trilogy. So thanks again, you guys, for having me. This was really,
absolutely,
engaging for me, and thanks for allowing me to share my story. Sorry if I talk too much, but let's keep it moving.
Anytime you want to come through, you're more than welcome, brother. Let's get to our portion of the shit.
Let's do it.
Because the stock market looking like a fucking maxi pad right
now. Now, Tilla, this is from last week, and I gotta ask you, the comic stuff that you're working through right now, what percent do you think if you would like to tell us, is financed through somebody else? Is like through some type of capital, or do you just like take it out of your pocket from some other job or something like that?
No, that was like I have a partnership with another individual, and you might know him. So we share in the finances in
Okay.
the financial thing. But there was no like outside like a company or something like that that came in and is secretly financing me or something like that.
Okay.
Nothing like that. This is just guys getting it out the mud, getting it out the trenches. Somebody that believes in me, and I do all the art, obviously. So that's kind of how that works.
Okay. So the reason why I asked this is because the news over the last couple of weeks is going to be big, and people think I'm crazy, but
Okay.
that's just what it is. So this is what it looked like last week. All freaking red, right? In fact, yes, all freaking red. This week there are some greens, but there's still freaking some reds. Especially if you look at the top, which is the communication services. That's where you have your Googles, your Facebook, your Instagram stuff. But the ones that we usually concentrate on through the week is stuff with like Disney, Comcast, Netflix, Charter, Warner Brothers division, which is still at a really good freaking deal. I still wanted to drop down to like around 10.95 before I'm in for the buy, but it's still looking really good. Paramount, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Paramount right now. I don't know what they're offering. I, the only thing that I'm concentrating on right, I think they're offering is like some Star Trek stuff. But as I remember, they just canceled Discovery or the new Picard show. So I don't know what's going on, but they should have concentrated and just left it alone with their animation stuff. But nobody cares about that stuff. Now to the left, this is why I asked you this stuff, Tilla. You got your Visa, your MasterCard stuff. MasterCard actually did pretty well, but Visa is like in that black area where people were kind of scared of it right now. PayPal, right? I can't emphasize how important PayPal is for everybody because not only is that how people use to process the payments, but people do take loans out from PayPal to finance their companies.
Yeah.
Um, the if you just look down the big list at the top of that list for the financials, regional, right? That's where you have your Silicon Valley bank, right? So I took some more look at it, and what's kind of interesting is that of all the lists that people are putting out, they're not really getting into what's important, right? So Shopify is an e-commerce site that a lot of people use to sell stuff. PayPal, Stripe was being financed by Lending Point. That's another financing freaking company. Um, Affirm is another big one that
Yep.
people are using. So think about anything that if you go to a website and they give you an option to pay with, like, so hey, pay later. That was being financed by Silicon Valley. What I don't want what I do want to inform our listeners and make sure that they understand is there's a lot of bullshit that's being passed around. Like, hey, freaking, it's because freaking Trump freaking said this and he freaking pulled back the regulations. That's not where it started. It started. There's nobody to really blame on this right now, but we do know where it started. It started back during the Obama administration, when all of a sudden Russia and freaking China started getting freaking froggy, right? And they started freaking spying on us and freaking taking a lot of our uh, technical freaking advances, right? So there was a great power competition, right? And the best way to battle that great power competition stuff, because they were semiconductors. That's why we're fucked right now. That's why we're paying $400 for 5-year-old freaking chips. Is because they started buying our shit and they're making it hard for us. So we decided to fight back. But the thing is, if you remember back around 2008, 2009 ish, um, the Tea Party. They were a big thing. They didn't want us spending money on just whatever, right? They wanted to make sure that um, we put it more towards paying off the freaking debt. So we couldn't just give these research companies the freaking money. What we could do is maybe let some of these regional banks, like Silicon Valley, um, have more leeway to lend some of these companies money, right? And that's exactly what happened. Now they try to get cute, right, and freaking buy all these treasury bonds, which is what I've been saying. Hey, look at the treasury bonds auctions that are coming up. One just happened 2 days ago on the 16th, and I think there's another one happening next week, like around the 20th or something like that. It's either the 20th or the 24th. I forget the date on that one, but definitely freaking check that out. It's going to be freaking cheap. You're going to have interest rates coming in hot and heavy for you. But what does that mean for your books or for our comic books? Well, it means that whenever you go to some of these like eBay, right, you might see some of these people that use this capital that came from some of these sites. They might come in a lot cheaper because they're going to have to get rid of it because the capital that was there for them is not going to be there. In fact, actually, because I use for the pull box, I actually use Shopify, and I actually got an email from them that says the capital, Shopify capital, is not going to no longer will be available, right, for a while. And I've known that because usually they're always freaking sending me like crazy ass emails and shit, like, hey, did you know you can finance this? I haven't gotten any of those emails since like November or some shit like that. So that's what you got to understand. There's a lot of these sellers out there that they used to use capital. That capital is not going to be available for them. So there might be some discounts out there for some of these books out there within the next 2 to 3 months. That's all I'm going to say. If you want to inverse chitlins on this one, go ahead and inverse chitlins on that one. But that's the way I see it from my fighting hole. The other thing that really big thing that happened this week was the Federal Reserve said that they didn't say it, but they will most likely approve another freaking raise on the federal rate right this week, right?
I thought they weren't doing that.
No, they did it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and here we are. They're gonna
strike while the iron's
right?
hot. They're like,
right, so right, because look, people, and I think the green light for them was when they did the stuff because, like I'm trying to tell people, stop blaming Obama, stop blaming Trump on this one. No, Silicon Valley Bank, they tried to do what they want. They leveraged high on freaking mortgage rates and it just didn't work out for them, right? But now we got another rate hike. Signature Bank, they went down. Credit Suisse, which is an international bank, they went freaking down. So there's going to be more banks that are going to be going down with this, right? It's just, I mean, it's normal to want to blame billionaires, but it's just the freaking it's just the way it is, man.
Nature of the beast.
Yeah, it's just the nature of the beast. That's just what because once the money starts drying up, some of these companies are going to have to start cutting the shaft, right? People that are just sitting around, fucking staring up at the fucking wall of their fucking office and shit, right? They're going to have to start freaking cutting those folks.
Let me ask you a question. With all this money being dried up, did crypto go up by any chance?
Well, let's see. So this is the way it looked last week at 20,000. Oh shit! Oh, hold up. I must have freaking hit that. But it went up to 27,000.
Really?
Yeah.
It closed at 27,000.
Unhide slide. Come on. Well, it doesn't. Yeah, for some reason the slide doesn't want to unhide. But yeah, it closed at 27,000, right?
Yeah.
So there's all types of reasons, but I think the main reason is if you all of a sudden start to see a whole bunch freaking being shuttered or closed, it's natural to say, well, I gotta hide it somewhere, right? The smart thing to do would just pull it out in freaking cash, or you could just stash it somewhere. And people, I think, are thinking, well, crypto's got to be safe. Well,
or you could just make up some fucking new money, which is fucking why Bitcoin went up. All the real money, you just say all real money got fucked up. They got this fake money going around. Look at this. All this fake money going around. The real money just fucked up last week. The same week the real money fucked up, this Bitcoin shit go up.
Yeah.
Huh?
They taking their money and putting it in something
No,
else.
they making up new money, man. They make a new hove. What hove say? Make a new hove. Motherfuckers made a new hove.
We've got in the story of little Bitcoin. There's the enemy is called the FIOPs. That's the fiat ops, and the FIOPs they don't sleep, so they're out there working right now, and it's somebody was just telling me the other day that I'm just finding out about all this like thing that's going on in the financial world about these banks closing, because I've been in my AI rabbit hole, not paying attention to what's going on in the real world. And then like I just saw my dude the other night, and he was just like, "No, there's all this stuff going crazy," and they're saying that like it was like Biden closing or like the government closing some bank was like a way of sending crypto a message. Like they're like, yeah, they're sending crypto a message that basically they can pick and choose who they close or something like that. I don't know. I was a little confused, but that's because I don't know the whole scenario. So like I'm picking up what you guys are saying now. I'm trying to connect all the dots on it, but there has been a lot of talk within the crypto world, and there's strings being pulled back there. It's we'll see how it plays out.
The whole shit twisted, man.
Yeah,
the whole shit twisted.
Yeah. So right now we're in the midst of 3 banks closing. We're talking about Silicon Valley, which was the most important, Signature Bank, and Credit Suisse, which is crazy to me because because if you look at the stress test, there was actually about 16 other ones that should have closed before it even touched Credit Suisse. So now I'm just sitting back and I'm like, man, this might get crazy. So definitely what you're going to want to watch for is whenever the freaking Fed makes that announcement, don't just listen to what they're saying. Look at how the market is actually reacting. This shit is about to freaking get freaking weird.
Man,
But
I'm down $6,000 on AMC, man. I'm just pissed off.
you still on that?
No, I'm not gonna sell it. Like I'm not just fucking. Fuck what Dino Brown say? If I go down, take a lot of motherfucking time with me.
Yeah, take it with you at this point. You're gonna ride this one out.
I got to, man.
I don't know, man. I mean, look, I'll say for AMC that they've done some really good stuff.
No, they
What
just
they do,
they
well, what they need to do is, once again, I've been complaining about this for a minute now. Okay, I went to the movie theater last night to see Shazam at 8:30. Tell me why I didn't leave that motherfucker till 11.
Because you watch more movies, or that movie's that damn long?
An hour of previews and commercials and all that shit.
Yeah, exactly. Half an hour for the previews, then Nicole Kidman talking for another fucking 3 or 4 fucking minutes about how magical the fucking movie is, and then the actors and the actresses, they get on and they talk about 2 minutes and they say, "Hey, thank you for coming to see our fucking movie. Turn your fucking phone off." Like, goddamn. Like,
was it good?
Huh?
Was Shazam good?
It was a movie.
That could mean a lot of things now. That could mean a lot of things now because
a whole lot of things.
It implies that there's a whole range of other thing outside. Like it was a movie compared to it's things are getting weird with this whole like even Last of Us being such a success. It's like it's a show based on a video game that is kind of prolific in storytelling and all of this. So it's like we do have that option now of like it's a movie. Compared to what though? Like, there's this whole like video game epic cinematic worlds that you can get into. So movies got to step their game up if they want to continue being the dominant means of entertainment or whatever, and compete with these video games or comic books that are out here or whatever. Like they have to get creative, and maybe that's why there's 45 minutes of preparation, like clicking up the hill before the roller coaster starts, is trying to pack on the bells and whistles, but maybe it doesn't come off the right way all the time. Or
well, it's like this is so I've been blessed through Comic Crusaders to get access to a lot of stuff in a lot of these movies early, right? And usually it's never ever finished. I never ever get the finished product before, right? So the finished product beforehand actually sucked, but I was like, oh, well, they got a lot of ways to improve. This is the first time that I've seen something beforehand, and then I went into the actual movie and I was like, wow, this is actually worse.
Wow.
This is actually fucking worse. And they took out a lot of freaking stuff. Here's what I will say. I think what's her name? The older blonde, is that Helen Hunt? Is that her name?
Helen
Uh,
Mirren.
Helen Mirren. Okay, Helen Mirren. Once again, she did her thing just like Angela Bassett freaking did her freaking thing. Is that Lucy Liu? She was kind of like out of place. They needed to give her more space to be the villain, right? Um, the other young villain, she's got something. She's got something. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the time when she was on the field. The rest of the other Shazam family, I didn't even freaking need them. They could have just had the one Shazam. We would have been screwed. Um, but it feels like they spent a lot of money on the special effects, and then at some point they're like, "Oh well, we ran out of money here." Well, yeah.
Well, you know what it was? They spent all their money on the licensing for the Eminem song they used for the trailer and the Drake song they used for the trailer. I was like, you got one trailer with an Eminem song, you got another trailer with a Drake song. Like, are you kidding me? Like, how much did you spend on those songs alone?
Yeah, so I will say, right? Sometimes a soundtrack can be the defining thing for a movie. However, I have no idea what the fuck songs you're talking about.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So
Yeah.
maybe they're good songs. I just have no idea what you're talking about. Never have like, oh man, that song is gonna be in a freaking movie.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're fucking talking about. So they paid a lot of money for that. They whiffed.
Yeah, no, the two commercials I saw, it was like I just couldn't believe, because normally you'll choose one or the other, but just to speak to what you were just saying about the song playing such an important part, I have a quick story. You know, I told you I recorded with Kid Cudi like early on and played a role in like recording his demo. I have a song that I produced on his first album, but one thing that he did was when the first Transformers movie came out, there was a trailer that leaked online. He took his song and put it over the trailer and put it out there into the world. And people thought that, you know, Kid Cudi was on the Transformers soundtrack, or like the trailer, because the song was called like Skyfall or something like that. It was like this whole, it looked like it matched the trailer. And I remember when I saw it, I was like, oh man, like Cudi got on the transfer, like he's about to blow, like he's about to be like out of here. And the truth was, he did what anybody could have done. He just added his own song to it and leaked it on the internet, and people just took it for what it was. But that made his career. So it's just like it can play either way, where it's like you get the right song, it can make the movie. But you know, in this case, putting his song on that movie made him kind of like, kind of take off in a way. So it's probably still on the internet or on the YouTube somewhere. If you look up Kid Cudi Transformers, you probably see that trailer.
Oh, YouTube be acting funny. They probably gave him a copyright strike.
Yeah. You're right, maybe. But it was in one of those early Renegade days where you can pull it off.
Cardi West says, I've never heard Eminem on a movie and said, I want that soundtrack. You never heard of 8 Mile?
Yeah, what the fuck? fuck you. Fuck you, man.
What was the Coolio joint? Gangsta Paradise.
Gangsta Paradise, yeah, that's the only fucking song I've known for Coolio.
Dangerous Minds, right? Was it from that?
Yep, Dangerous Minds. That's the only reason why I bought that soundtrack, was for that fucking song.
What about the Crow soundtrack? For those that I mean, that's way back in the day, but the Crow.
No, I definitely had that. That was like one of those legendary soundtracks. Like, you know, there was like there was that era of soundtracks that were like The Crow was the defining moment. That was like the soundtrack of soundtracks.
We just recently had Batman, which had the Pearl Jam freaking song in that joint.
Okay. The Batman soundtrack?
Yeah.
And it had Pearl Jam. Which one? Which Batman?
Let's see. I would have to look it up.
Is this 90s Batman with Pearl Jam on it?
No, this is
one of the new ones. That's right. I saw that. And I heard it gave me Into the Wild vibes, you know, because Eddie Vedder did all the Into the Wild stuff too. So when I heard that, I was like, okay. But that's interesting, because the last one, didn't they use Nirvana?
Oh, maybe it was Nirvana. Maybe it's Nirvana.
No, I think you're right about the Pearl Jam for the new one. But I think the last one that they put out, that one with the what's the whatever Twilight dude that's in that Twilight movie, I think they used the Nirvana song.
Yeah, everybody's saying it was Nirvana.
Yeah, Nirvana. But I just heard Eddie Vedder or like Pearl Jam in some new trailer, and I thought it might have been for the new Batman. So I don't know. I might be wrong. Or the new Joker or something. Not positive. But anyway, are you guys hype about the new Super Mario Brothers movie coming out?
My kids are, but
yeah.
But you guys are beyond it, huh? I'm one of the. I guess I'm a big kid because I'm all into it, man. I can't wait for that to come out.
I am more hyped for the Dungeons and Dragons movie right now.
Okay.
That looks like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
The
That's interesting. Like the whole take that they took on that Dungeons and Dragons, where it seems very much like not like the dark pit of some dungeon, but like it's kind of like lighthearted and fun. Is really kind of like, okay, let's go. Let's see where this goes. You know, I'm interested.
What'll make that movie for me is if the end scene credit they show that amusement park from the cartoon and 4 kids getting on that ride. That would fucking just blow my mind. You remember that cartoon, the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon?
I missed it.
Oh yeah.
Fucking 80s, bro. It's not better.
They got on the roller coaster, and then
they got a roller coaster, and then they got on the ride and took them to the Dungeons and Dragons. Where if they showed that carnival at the end scene of that shit, that should have make the whole fucking movie.
I wanted to get into the Dungeons and Dragons when I was a little kid, and my parents wouldn't let me because they made me watch some video they taped of a television show that was talking about like Dungeons and Dragons being all satanic worshipers and stuff, and murdering, like dressing up as their character and murdering people and stuff.
Yeah, I remember
this.
Shit.
But there was a whole show, but like. So they didn't really let me get into Dungeons and Dragons, but I thought that show was cool as hell. Like I was like, I just sat and watched the
cartoon, but they wouldn't let me play the game.
Oh, really? Yeah. I guess. I mean, you know, you can play with your mind a little bit, I guess, or so I've been told. But yeah, the '80s were the best.
'80s were the best, man.
Come on.
Yeah, man. Also, again, I kind of think we need to do an 80 show, man. All 70s, all 80s show, man.
I'm with it.
What a time. My friend was telling me we should all own like the early consoles. Like we should all have a Nintendo. We should all have a Sega. And I was like, why? And he was like, just because we grew up with those and they're like something that's so, you know, it's such like a moment or like such a thing. And I was like, thinking about my Nintendo and just how nothing it was. It's like so light and it's just like there's nothing even to it. You know, it's just like this box that you can almost break over your knee.
Right? Son, the crazy shit is retail for PS5 is like for $4.99 or something like that. Mm-hmm. Retail for Nintendo was $4.99. Mm-hmm. I see the old Circus City catalog. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I remember I paid like $3.99 for my or $4.99 for my PlayStation when I got it.
Shit, $4.99 and freaking '90s money. That would have been like $1,000.
It was $4.99, and then I bought like a basketball game and like 2 other games with it.
I still have my original Nintendo.
Nice.
I got one in the closet.
I still have the box too for it.
Really?
I know it doesn't work. I mean, I know the Nintendo itself doesn't work, but like, yeah.
When are they going to start CGC and freaking machines like that?
They one of the companies does that already, where they if you have the complete box and stuff like that, they'll grade it.
Because I forget what was it, Heritage? Yeah, it was Heritage that was at Baltimore Con, and they had like a case full of the freaking games. I think like Mario Brothers. Mario Brothers was in that fucking thing, and they were selling it for like $800 or some shit like that.
Do you guys?
It was golden, wasn't it? That was there.
It might have been golden. Yeah.
Do you guys get? Do you have like old Nintendo Powers and things like that? Because my first comics I ever read were probably in like Nintendo Powers. There was a couple comics in there that were really cool, specifically a Zelda one, and then there was a Mario Brother one.
So
and then also within the games, like the best was when a game came and in the manual they had a little comic in there, like F-Zero for Super Nintendo had a little comic in it, and there's like a couple others, but that was just like. That just sold me on everything. Right. That's what I want to do today is like, man, if you can recreate that, like that's the coolest packaging together. It made the game come to life in my mind of like whatever it looked like in the comic was how those little pixelated characters in my brain, it looked just like what was in the comic. I think Metroid might have came with one.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. Like a lot of those manuals, anytime it came with the extra art inside the manuals is like, you know, that would be
Zelda for sure.
Yeah, Zelda.
Right. So
Metroid.
that was That was one of the comic keys out there. Is one of the Nintendo powers that has Mario Brothers or
J. Scott
Mario.
Campbell's first art.
Mario.
Yeah. J. Scott Campbell's first art when because he entered into what
that's
art
right.
contest as a kid, so his first like published work was in a Nintendo Power.
Oh yeah, he was the coolest kid in school that week for sure.
Who's got Mega Man? Yeah, Mega Man.
I got this at the grocery store, the Asian grocery store the other day.
I picked up a Mega Man comic book recently. Just
it's hard, man. I was like, I grabbed it. I was like, I ain't even gonna drink that.
So you said you picked up a Mega Man comic?
Yeah, I just picked up a Mega Man comic recently, and I just pick up stuff that I like whenever I go there, and I was like, man, I love this style so much. I just love video games and comic books together. Like whenever I see my favorite video games in a comic book form, it's just the best thing in the world to me. I would love to see, a Castlevania comic. I haven't seen any, but I'm sure that they're out there. Yeah, of course. But
I've never seen one.
But it better be done right, man, because
God of War, they got God of War comic. Gears of War, God of War.
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Yeah. Mostly the retro games. Is there a Contra comic book out there? Is there a Contra?
It should be.
Yeah.
It should be.
I really wanted to make an AI comic book dedicated to Contra, because I was just that would be sick. I've always wanted a Contra comic book. So if I could just make a comic that basically was the storyboard was Super Contra for Super Nintendo, first level to end level, that would be the perfect comic book ever for me.
So, there was a Resident Evil comic, right? Also,
Resident Evil comic,
Metal Gear
comic. Metal Gear Solid. That was, I remember when that shit first came up. I played the demo fucking 900 times, but it was one little stage.
But what about Metal Gear for Nintendo though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I remember.
Okay, so is that the one that you're talking about, or you're talking about
the one for PlayStation?
But
you're talking about that, yeah. Sons of Liberty.
Well, there's one on Nintendo.
Yeah, I hated that shit. There's two of them. I hated both.
It was terrible. Yeah. It was so hard.
Only part was smoking the cigarettes.
But that was one of those games where I played it when I was a kid and I didn't get past the third or fourth screen because it's so difficult. Yeah. And then I remembered it later in life and I was like, oh shit, I can go on YouTube and I can actually watch somebody slay this game beginning to end. And so I watched a speed run of that game and I was like, I didn't even realize it was part of the Metal Gear thing. Yeah. It was just a game that was army based, and I just remembered it when I was a kid. I was like, oh wow, that was I
fucking hated the fucking original Metal Gear. I love the Turtles game, but once I got to that sewer stage, turn the shit off because nobody can fucking pass that.
The sewer or the underwater? You're talking about the underwater.
No, the underwater. The sewer stage. No, underwater. You're right. Where the fucking the Mexico seaweed.
Yeah.
You gotta turn it. At that point, just turn that shit off because you ain't getting past it. You're and Battletoads, I beat Battletoads. That shit Battletoads was brutal, bro.
It's right up there with Super Ghouls and Ghosts as far as that's games, the hardest games of all time. Bro, I mean, literally, they rate Battletoads and Ghouls and Ghosts as the most difficult. Those things are designed to eat your quarter.
Ghouls and Ghosts. As soon as you got your armor, that shit came right off.
Trying to get that gold.
Then it would go you have to go a whole level and a half before another armor lines up.
I was just talking with Vinny today about game soundtracks because he was he posted something about the DuckTales theme song was the jam growing up, and I was like, that was a good one. But also the lesser known SNES video game has a killer soundtrack, specifically the Moon Level. If you ever get a chance, man, jam out some of that DuckTales Moon Level for the NES. I get into some of those retro game music. It brings me to a place of zen in my heart where I'm just I don't know. It takes me to a time of lesser responsibility of just when you hear the NES Zelda theme song where you're that. When I was a kid, I dubbed that on a cassette tape just so I could listen to it when I went to school and stuff. It was it was more than just a game for me. I just wanted to live that that. All those songs. Another one, Castlevania, has an incredible soundtrack. You know,
I hated that game too. That shit was brutal. I remember Donkey Kong Country had this fucking the water level.
Oh yeah. That
fucking
one had
porno music, man.
I saw this the guy who made Mario Brothers, I believe he composed the song as well. I think I might be wrong, but the composer of the Mario song, I saw him play the song live. I wasn't there, but I watched it on YouTube, and it's like he's doing this like incredibly complicated, like running up and down scales, and then like he builds up and it goes dun, 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 and the whole crowd's like going crazy. I was like, that was amazing. Yeah, there's some genius in those simple notes inside that
exactly.
8-bit songs, and some of those jams resonate even to this day.
Yeah.
Still getting down to those.
What you got, Lucas?
All right.
Oh, yeah, this week.
Sir. So, hey, this is the pre-sale, right? These are the, type it in Terapeak and see what's going on. Let's find out which ones, because, did CBSI even happen this week? Or did they take some time off?
No, they took the week off.
Ah, okay. All right, so very hot, blazing hot has been Spider-Man #7, that top secret spoiler variant. Still don't know what the art for is yet. Last 2 weeks, this has been the #1 pre-sale freaking comic. #2 on that list is Power Girl Special #1. That's Sandy Art Germ. All types of front meat just hanging out there for Power Girl. Love that one.
Is there a version for this?
No, I haven't seen one yet. If there is, I haven't seen one yet. Okay. That one topped out around 37 for the last 7 days. That's like around 100 within the last 2 weeks. Coming out of nowhere on #3 on this list is there's a new one called No One by Image Comics. The Borges first, the cover A for this one. All right. Also coming out of nowhere, there's Gem Ambassadors #1 by Image. Then of course you got the timeless freaking covers that are out there. Kind of hanging around is Joe Fixit #3, that Joe just cover, which is pretty good. Red Goblin, I'm kind of suspect on that one. Iron Man facsimiles, those facsimiles have been doing really well for the last freaking couple months. In fact, all this year, those facsimiles have been doing really well. And then rounding out at a very suspect 26 copies is Gold Goblin.
So you got Red Goblin and Gold Goblin.
Wait, I don't know anybody that's actually reading any of this.
I don't know. That's about to fucking say. All right. Anybody reading Gold Goblin or the Red Goblin? You pick fucking color. You want to read any one of them motherfucking colors?
Hey, didn't the Joe Fixit did not have a incentive to it, like a 1 in 50 or 1 in 25 or something?
It may have, but I don't know. But that's the one that's selling the most copies right now, and by default, it's got the most money that people are putting money into. So what I will say for 2023 is that while people are still chasing incentives, the money is actually in the qualifiers right now. So keep an eye out for that stuff. I understand people love having shit that's fucking rare, but
Steve said he reads Green Goblin and Gold Goblin. You gotta come on the show to tell us what the fuck that shit is about.
Yeah, because I have access to that shit and I don't read that shit. I get that shit like a mother head. I was like, oh, there's Goblin. Anyway.
You're like, why the fuck is he gold? And why is red running around? Like,
because we had a color match with the Hulks,
This is crazy.
Okay. All right, let's get into All right, let's get into some actual stuff that's coming on FOC. So this stuff, this one right here actually is not on FOC this week. It's got maybe a couple more weeks, but I wanted to make sure that everybody was tracking this one. This is that
Ivan
Joker,
Tao, right?
Yeah, that Joker, Ivan Tao. It's either like #7 or #8 or something like that.
Yo, put that shit in the folder, man. That's cover candidate right here.
It came out of nowhere, right? It's coming out, man. It's so good. So that's why I had to bring it up. I was like, had to start it off with this one.
Are you making the folder? I'm being dead serious. Like, you got to keep a folder a couple of years.
Yeah. Well, what I'm going to do is at the end of the month, I'm going to go back through 2023, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to build that stuff out. But I'm not going to just look out for the stuff from 2023. You know how I do. I'm going to do the time machine.
Is this 1 in 50 or 1 in 100?
It is a 1 in 25.
Son of a bitches. Son of a bitch.
Retail at $5.99. So what you're looking at is maybe like a $70-$80 freaking book for retail.
I have to get 50.
So you gotta get two. Yeah.
Are with the 1 in 25? Are they doing the foil treatment then to it? Is that what they're doing?
I don't know. And once again, I'm telling people about this now because sometimes they do change stuff coming up to FOC. FOC is going to be 4/9. So it's next month, the 9th of April. So we got some time, and DC has some time to change shit up. So I just want people to know about that.
If they do some stupid shit like make this the fucking open order, I'm fucking go to DC headquarters, break somebody fucking neck. Let this live. Let this be what this is.
Sometimes they do get it right. This is how they've been fucking up and making stuff like this open order. Well, they actually got this one right and made it an incentive. So good on them. Right.
You got to make this one in 50.
So it's got to be Casada like starting to take over now then for DC doing.
They're just gonna put a trade dress on it. That's all.
Where the fuck is Remo?
Yep. All right. So here we go with some Merc. Miss Meow number 8.
Not nasty. Mad at it.
Nasty.
Little whore.
hey, we will not slut shame people on this.
Here we go. Here we go now.
So for Autumn, I love you, babe. I forget which title this one is, but I actually gotta love it. It's got the little blue canary in there. Unstoppable Doom Patrol, number 2. Let me make sure I get the correct stuff on here. Lazarus Planet's Revenge of the Gods, number 3. Also
Kirby-esque.
Right. So this one is an interesting, weird one. It's the Superman Lost. It's the storyline where he's been lost for 20 years, and it shows what happened while he was lost for that one. There's some new aliens in there, and there's a new character called Victor. That's all we know about. Victor.
That's fucking name.
Yeah.
He's a fucking villain. He's a fucking Victor.
Well, we don't know. We don't know yet. We just know that his name is fucking Victor, and he ran Superman up and down like he was a real man. Like, hey, I understand that you're freaking lost, but you got to get the fuck off my planet and run him off. I mean,
Victor. You run off my planet by motherfucking name Victor.
Victor Maitland.
Just since we're on Superman really quick here, let me just put this out in the universe because I mentioned this last time that I had an interview, and I just want to continue pumping this. But I'm from Cleveland, which is the home of Superman, and we have a like human-sized statue when you get to the airport and you come in the airport. They've got a little statue for Superman. Come on, guys, Cleveland, let's step our Superman game up. Superman is a boss out here. We need something. We need a real dedication to Superman in Cleveland. Just like they've got the Christmas Story house. That's a huge tourist attraction. Why does the Christmas Story house draw more people than Superman in the home of Superman? So come on, guys. Let's put it out there in the universe. Let's step up our Superman game, Cleveland.
Well, because you can't have the statue out there 365 days. If the other joint, the Christmas Story joint, is supposed to be like a Christmas stuff. Like shit, hey, during Christmas, I go fucking visit and stuff. They need to have like a Superman fucking birthday where like, hey, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, something for it to revolve around, like a holiday or some kind of like something. But we do have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so we've got some comic powerhouses that have come through Cleveland, whether that's Robert Crumb or Harvey Pekar, or I'm a big fan of Durf, and Superman is that guy. So just want to get Cleveland a little bit more pride so that we can grow our comic scene there a little bit and take pride in our accomplishments.
Yeah.
Is this his new suit, or is this like some negative space shit?
they didn't really explain in the story why the fuck his shit is fucking white. It
It
doesn't
looks
start.
good.
Yeah, it doesn't start out as white. It starts out in this normal suit, but then all of a sudden he just flies off and he's in a white suit.
Victor fucked him
didn't
up that
explain
bad, huh?
Yeah.
It's because he doesn't power from the sun anymore. You know, he's on a different planet.
Took his stripes.
Yeah. Victor beat the blue and red out of there.
So the white suit, that's a cover A by Carlo Pagulayan and Jason Paz. This one is the 125 by Howard Porter. And like I said before, the retail on the white suit, that's actually $4.99. The one on the 125, that's $5.99. So the retailers are going to have to get creative. What I would do is get a whole bunch of these, like 25 of these, because it's $4.99, because it's actually returnable. So that should make that cheaper for them in the long run.
It's interesting to think about, you know, what's Superman's value when you strip the blue and red off him. You know, it's like, is he still Superman? And I mean, they have the little remnants of a logo on there, but like, do collectors want, you know, a white, you know, outfit Superman? You know, or does that make it more attractive for you guys, or what?
I like the white.
You like the white just because that's like a one, like,
because it's new.
Because
it's new.
Yeah. Stands out. It probably stands out. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I forgot to mention one thing about this one right here, that the Unstoppable Doom Patrol. It is a glow in the dark.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, right.
I wonder what glows in the dark. Is it the gold that glows in the dark, or maybe like
the mask, probably?
Yeah.
I mean the wrapping, the bandages, whatever.
It doesn't strike me as one of those, like, you know, purple green, like, you know, things you see at Spencer's on the posters or whatever, like
black light, or
like a black light type of art. So yeah, this would be interesting to see it glow.
Right.
Last time they tried that black light shit didn't work.
Oh,
right. And this one was a 125 by Mike Cho. That's your cover A. That's your 125 by Paz. Sandman Universe has actually got quite a few freaking covers going for it. This one is the 125 by Raphael Albuquerque, which is it's okay. But this one right here, this is the 150 by Yoshitaka Amano, and it's a foil. Okay.
Oh shit! Comic chef, appreciate you, man.
Man, look at these motherfuckers coming through. Man, you guys are awesome, man.
Love you guys, man.
That actually makes my freaking week, man. It really does. You have no idea, man.
Yeah, man. Big shout out, man.
Week, man. Now here's where it gets a little crazy. Yeah, Jenny Frizen, 1 to 100. Okay. So
our last 1 in 100 was like
yeah. So the last 1 in 100, it blew up.
But that was an amazing cover. This man.
Yeah. I don't know about this one.
This is like her shooting in the work, right?
Right. So what I will say is that there are some new villains in this one.
Victor.
This is not for the kiddies. I can say that. This is not for the kiddies. There's some new villains in this one. Is it worth? It's not worth buying for the character villains. No, it's not worth for the. But the shit that's going on inside, it's not worth it. Is it worth going for the cover? That's up to you to decide, right?
No,
I would say if this bounces down to like around $40, $50 mark, and you do like it, that's where you freaking grab it. But I can't. I don't know.
He wearing that shit from Titanic.
You know, here's what I will say: don't fucking listen to me. Don't fucking listen to me. But what I was talking about earlier about some certain stores not having enough capital to buy whatever the fuck they want anymore, is going to apply from here on out. So buying shit like that will not come as easily for some of these stores from here on out. So
here, fuck this.
Yeah, fuck this cover. Like, I don't think this is a 1 in 100. This should not have been a 1 in 100.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I don't think this is going to be.
The skull shit she did, the last one, that was fire.
Yeah,
this
ain't going in the folder, right?
This ain't going in the folder.
Oh shit! What the fuck's going on? Because there's another one. See if I still have it. I'm gonna have to bring it up. Because there's another one that's a wraparound, and it's just an open order. Oh, where'd it go?
Yeah, that looks good. But it's the same as because the 1 in 50 is a foil. I mean, yeah. It's cute.
Yeah, a lot more going on in this one. All right. Batman Incorporated #7.
I like this piggy motherfucker.
I love Professor fucking Pig. His first appearance was Batman #666. It may be, other than Punchline and Joker and Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, for me, he may be the most intriguing villain right now.
I like this. I like this dude.
So he's all over this one. And what's interesting is also there's this one, which is a Miko Cyan.
That looks good.
Really good as well. In fact, I think this one is in open order.
Damn it, man.
I'm not.
That's good. This is really good.
Yep. So yeah, it's a cover B by Miko Cyan, open order, and then here we go with the 1 in 25 by John Timms, the design variant.
Fucking Ronald McDonald going crazy.
So apparently his name is Dusty Bronco.
Dusty Bronco. Okay.
Hey, you remember Stir Crazy?
Yeah, yep.
Remember the dude that was the clown? Right, talking about riding the bull.
It looked like something Tiller put in Ronald McDonald on crack.
Are you guys? You're describing a juggalo. How do the juggalos feel about this cover?
Ronald McDonald from Ohio.
The Juggalos did do that Western film, right?
Oh, did they? Did they really? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Juggalos have subsects of, they got the cowboy Juggalos and it's a whole culture. I know. I'm a former I'm a current Juggalo. I'm down to the clown with them dead till I'm dead in the ground. Is that what they say?
Twisted. You know Twisted, right?
Yeah, Twisted. Yeah.
They had a comic. Yo, when I tell you those fans for that comic are rabid fans, bro.
Yeah.
They love that stuff.
Don't get me started on ICP. I love those guys. Yeah. Those guys have some of the most amazing storytelling in hip hop. I mean, got 7 albums that tell like a whole storyline. Like it's really crazy. Those guys are
the horror shit, right?
He's the only clown going crazy.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
I don't know, man. I might have to grab it.
What is it? Dusty Bronco?
Dusty Bronco.
I mean, I'm intrigued. The design is not bad. It's just
pretty cool.
Not terrible. It's funny.
It just threw me off.
You're like, man, motherfucking Lucas didn't warn me or nothing. He just put fucking cloud up there.
This is a 1 in 25 or open order?
This is a 1 in 25.
Really? Dusty Bronco got a
Now the solicit says this is going to be the first appearance of the Joker Inc. So just like there's Batman Inc., there's a group called Joker Inc.
Well, Dusty Bronco got to be in Joker Inc.
He might be the good guy though.
He might be.
Dusty Bronco might be. He got the hear ye in his left, so he might have to. He might have to. He might. I don't know, man. He might be a good character.
I like the look. I like the look.
I'm
Okay.
DC
So is this Dusty Bronco's first appearance? So
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't looked it up yet.
Dirty Sanchez.
I mean, I'm probably going to get me a copy. Dusty Bronco's the redneck version of Dirty Sanchez. So there's also Lazarus Planet, Revenge of the Gods, #3. It's weird, but I kind of like it. This one is the cover A for that one, by Guillaume March. And don't forget, you get 13 of these and 12 of the cover B. You get the 1 in 25 Michael Cho out there. There's this one, Batman: The Adventures Continues, Season 3. Okay. I forget who this one was by. This one is like a 1 in 25 by. Shit's all over the fucking place, Lunar. Get your shit together.
See, he's plugged into that VR chat that I was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
1 in 25 by Hayden Sherman. My Cartier West says his cousin was a pole rider and he went to prison. Jesus.
Because he's Dusty Bronco.
Exactly.
Okay, we got the Multiversity Harley Screws Up the DCU number 2, 125 by John McCrae.
Guess what Flash is doing? Racing the motherfucker. He's fucking always racing them.
You don't turn down a chance to get buck on nobody.
I'm trying to tell
Want to
you.
race? Want to race?
Now, this one I actually kind of freaking like. This one is a Wildcats. Wildcats cover B by Nathan Zerdy. This is one of the first ones that I've seen him do lately that is not an incentive. This one is just an open order. Cover B. Who just popped in?
Bubblegum
Is that
cover.
Remo?
Remo back.
Go. And then there's a 125 by Dan Hip.
Not mad. Not that. I wouldn't buy them.
Yeah.
Yep.
That shit look, whoa, that your other one looked like Behold a Pale Horse.
Also by coming out through Lunar, American Mythology and Monsters number 3.
This will sell. This will sell.
Yeah, see.
Titties.
Always on time,
That
motherfucker.
was art, though.
Extreme X-Men, number 5. I'm trying to remember. No, it's not this one. It's X-Force that has something going on. Here we go. Another incentive. Let's see.
I don't like that homage.
No.
Yeah, that goes pretty soft. You
Yeah.
gotta go. You gotta go hard. You gotta go real hard.
Like she got fucking pin. Like remember, I used to fucking take knives from your cabinet and try to act like he Wolverine.
That was the steak knives.
Yep.
Yep.
That's what the artist did, right? Take a picture of themselves and then, like.
Yep. So this one was a one. Excuse me. This one was a 1 in 10, and this.
That's a good. Is this AI art?
It looks like you're right. I can't.
I
help
don't know.
but think.
AI would be a little better than this.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
he
what
was
I'm
what?
saying. Like these past two, like this one and the previous. I don't like to knock artists' art, but like, come on, man. Like, are you serious?
They use the version 1 of that one.
Yeah, Midjourney 1.
Midjourney 1.
No, but for somebody, this is it though. So, but for me, like the previous one, like, come on, man.
Well, fucking had a computer. Computer could have handled Midjourney 5. We had to get that one shit going.
You need to upgrade your sound card.
This is dope.
Yep. This one is Spawn number 340. I can't believe they're still going on this fucking long.
Yeah.
It's the cover A by Spears.
That's dope. I don't even know who this motherfucker is, but it's dope.
Yeah.
And this one is the cover B by Kabar.
How many issues do you think Spawn's gonna hit?
1,000. Spawn ain't going nowhere.
He wants to keep going.
Spawn ain't going nowhere. It's legendary.
Yeah.
I forget who this is. Looks like this is your Radiant Black number 125 by Sawatsky.
I'm surprised that on the flip side, I'm surprised this shit is still going on.
They must know something we don't know.
This
The world building still.
I need issue 1. I need all of these. Like I said, matter of fact, tell her this is based off the 80s cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep, and this is your 1 in 10 by. Doesn't fucking say. By Tim Levens.
Did issue 1 come out already?
Yep. Came out a month ago.
Shit.
It's probably in the back issue bin somewhere now.
Mm-hmm.
It's some Star Trek shit. Retailer sent us. Last Ronin.
Jesus,
Okay.
it's never gonna end, bro.
The director's cut.
Go ahead.
Yep, and this one is, I think, this one's just a cover B by Eastman. Here's your 1 in 10.
With the kids, the new kids.
What do you guys think about that new style of the new Turtles that's coming out? They got the new Turtles film with Seth Rogen, right?
That doesn't look good to me.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people tearing into it. You know, but yeah, interesting. See what
Yeah.
they do with it. What is it called? Mutant Mayhem or something like that? I don't know, something like that. But.
I mean, it's
it seems like it's like a story of them growing up, right? To the turtles we know.
Yeah.
Like that's what it's like adolescent version of that is what it seems like, where it's like a almost unexplored time period of turtles, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That's the way I kind of saw it as. And like when I heard Seth Rogen was first attached to the project, I was like kind of like I don't know. And then like I saw that preview, I was like I'll give it a chance.
Yeah, it's got Ice Cube, I think, is voicing somebody in there.
His son,
Ice Cube, like something else, but yeah, it was, I heard just people talking about the played out, glitchy 3D art style that kind of seems a little, into the Spider-Verse, like, kind of show us something new, show us the next thing, you know what I mean? But we'll see what happens.
Like I remember buying the original Turtle books, from the comic shops when they came out. And they weren't easy to get, and they weren't soft. They weren't
right.
Secret.
Exactly.
I never got into the cartoon because
I
was a true fan of the comic. Like I never I looked at the comic or the cartoon as such like bullshit. Like it was like what did you do? It was like a sellout version of the Turtles.
Yes.
If you ever read any of the early books,
yes,
they were sellouts. Like they didn't talk like that. Like they didn't. They talked.
Was it no cowabunga shit?
Nah, they had like New York shit. They were fucking ready to fucking kill you. Like they weren't like about no play. Like
100%
They didn't go around like on no bullshit. That's why it's hard for me to take it serious. But like. I appreciate The Last Ronin because that's kind of along the lines of how it was supposed to be done. Like, you know what I mean?
Do they have a film out there that kind of accurately portrays them in the light that you're describing them in?
Not if you ever read the books.
It wasn't. They were trying to go there. That's the one with Raphael. He was like went kind of rogue.
Yeah, they tried. Yeah, they kind of.
So,
tried.
but
it wasn't
the first Turtles movie. Then was kind of like that was.
That shit
that was just campy shit. Yeah, that shit was.
Nah, they were like in the comics. They were more like
raw. They like he said, they killed them.
Like they didn't like like they would walk down the street and cut somebody's head off. Like they weren't they weren't hiding.
Don't you think for all of the Ninja Turtle fans growing up on this stuff, like don't you think that there's a market now for like an ultra violent or like a return to that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, how crazy would that be?
We want everything rated R. We want. I said on the show before, like we want. I want Wonder Twins rated. I want to rated R Wonder Twins.
Yeah, but here's the deal though. Violence is fine, but all this cussing that freaking DC and Marvel are throwing into their shit now. I don't need to see her some little 6-year-old girl fucking cussing.
Yeah,
that shit was fucking awkward as hell, man.
Comics, man, that is so far from the truth.
Crazy, man. Come on, man. Now, I know you troll.
I know everybody has got their stories probably, but I went to see that first movie, and like we actually had in my little town in Ohio, a suburb of Cleveland, like some ninjas actually came to the theater and like did like a live performance as I don't know if it was part of the promotion and they did that at other regional Turtles, but like I just remember as a little kid, like we were watching these ninjas in the front of the theater, like doing like some kind of like choreographed routine. And then like they broke their bow staff and it flew off in the crowd and hit somebody in the head in the audience. It was a very immersive performance, but like, I was like, that's how big that movie was though. We actually had like people going up and doing performances like to show open it up,
Like, if they were to do a movie about like how the Turtles really were, like they get canceled because they used to like they'd be like they were all over April when they first met her. Like literally, like they were, they damn near raped her. Like literally, like they were all on her. Like it was.
Well, that's
gonna get the Turtles canceled out here.
It wasn't the relationship that it was on the
shell shocked. # shell shocked. No,
they were all trying.
Well, that's why she got all the front meat out on that one cover. It's like a second print or some shit.
Yeah, they're all over. She was like a object in that book.
Well, I think like they did it right, like with the like Wolverine, like Logan. I felt was like that movie was, you know, the realism that it brought to that character and stuff was really cool. Some of the video games that they've done with Wolverine, where it's like he's like stabbing people through the wall into their head and all that business.
That was one of the best fucking games I've ever played. That Wolverine open universe game, whatever the fuck it's called. That shit was dope. Like you can see the damage. Like if it takes a lot of damage to the fucking skin, you can see his exoskeleton. That shit was, and the skin will grow back and shit when you go hide. Yo, that shit was amazing.
What game was this?
It's a Wolverine game
on PlayStation.
It was PlayStation. One of the PlayStation 3, 2 or 3. That shit was fucking amazing. That game was fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
And this covers fire.
I just wish it didn't have that little
shit in the corner.
Yeah. Well, I might counted 5 turtles. Did I miss something?
Yeah, Jenica.
Where's Jenica? Oh, okay, yeah, that's a new one.
The one that looks like Wolverine.
Oh, okay, I see. I missed that chapter, but yeah.
Oh, all right, here we go. This is the 1 in 10 by Del Mundo.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
Liquid Killer. This is a good read. I'm telling you.
Where's Bolo at, man? He needs to tell us what the fuck is going on with freaking Whatnot and their shit. There's rumors that they're trying to fucking cut deals with Hollywood. Somebody in Hollywood, man.
Wolverine Origins Xbox. Well, was it on PlayStation as well? But Wolverine, it was called Wolverine Origins. That shit was dope. Hollywood and Whatnot. I mean, I don't know.
They're trying to. But
I wish the best.
Yeah, I mean, look. Here's what I will say. If you show up for a fucking interview, just please show up with a fucking tie. If nobody fucking knows you, don't show up with your chest all your chest hairs all out, thinking you the shit.
Taco meat.
Nobody fucking knows you. Nobody knows you. Show up with a fucking tie and shit. Act like you can do some shit. You know what I mean? Nobody fucking knows you.
Like you been there before.
My goodness.
You gotta show up like Zuckerberg nowadays, right?
Yeah,
like,
everybody wants
yeah,
everybody wants to be fucking Zuckerberg. Oh, fucking Zuckerberg shows up in a hoodie. Yeah, his hoodies are like $1,000 a piece, man. My sweatshirt and his sweatshirt is not the fucking same.
He a boss. He can wear whatever he wants.
His straws, like, he like, oh, motherfucker, hey, he puts on his pants one fucking leg at a fucking time. Yeah, but his underwear that he puts the shit in is not the same as my shit.
His wallet is a whole lot more heavier than mine. Yeah, he picked them pants up.
Shit. Once again, we still got these freaking timeless joints freaking coming through, and some of them are okay. This one I'm not a fan of. Hellcat.
He look like Kojak. They look like Kojak. They look like Vulture. They look like Kojak.
Who loves you, baby? But yeah, this one is the 1 in 25 by.
That's a Lobos?
Yep, the Lobos.
It motherfucker look like Teddy Savalas.
Who like Teddy Savalas?
Fucking Vulture.
Teddy Savalas. That's a name I heard in a long time.
Yo. He said, "Who loves you, baby?
Loves you, baby."
Oh, Teddy
Savalas.
Oh, shit. Oh my god.
This is. Did we do this already?
No.
Not this one. No.
We had several Nightcrawler covers on here, but this is the first time that this particular art is on here.
So Nightcrawler's Wolverine, Ed?
Oh yeah, there's definitely freaking different Nightcrawlers that have been spliced with different other characters.
Well, I don't want Nightcrawler multiverse, man. Even though this like
Sinister mixing the
DNA.
Yeah, mixing them up.
I'm not gonna front though. That Nightcrawler Wolverine does look kind of bad. I ain't gonna.
You add claws onto anybody, and the badass level is gonna go up a couple meters.
Yeah,
claws with a mask and the right color coverage, she'd be all right.
and how many claws? You know,
how many claws?
Yeah. How far have they pushed it? Is there somebody with 7 claws out there yet, or 6 claws? That could be something, guys. There could
Yeah,
be
I mean,
something there, guys.
Didn't Weapon H have 3 claws in his hand? Well, 6 claws, and then they have claws in his feet. Some stupid shit.
We gotta do that with the AI.
Well,
Just make like the first we'll call him Rake hands or Rake.
Yeah,
Or something, and he'll have he'll literally have 15 claws on each hand, and we'll see how that. It's just if the rules make sense, you just add some claws, and it's just up to Annie. Let's take it there.
Somebody had claws in their feet. I think
it was Honey Badger and Laura.
Yeah, Gabby had what 2, and Laura had 3. I know they had
Laura had 2 claws in her hands each, and then her feet, I think, right? And then I think Gabby had 1 in each hand and 1 in her knees, or
one in
her knees,
or something weird like that.
Yeah, they have them in different places, and they don't have them like Wolverine has them.
And then Dakin had
1,
2 in his hand, and then 1 coming out of his wrist.
Yeah, 2 and 1.
Yeah, that third claw.
If I saw a cover with just somebody like this, and they just had 12 coming out of their hand, I would be interested. I'd be like, who's the guy with 12 claws? I mean, let me look into that.
Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about 12.
No, that's what I'm saying. Just something so ridiculous that you'd be like, see how that works.
I mean, even with Freddy Krueger, we thought that shit was nice.
I'm saying you can't go wrong. You kind of can't go wrong with the gloves with the claws, man. It's
Freddy had the Illmatic gloves.
And now you look at these female rappers out here. They're out here looking like Freddy Krueger with those Cardi B fingernails and all that. I like that look though. I think that's dope. But
it is not. It is terrible. Because here's when the pandemic first started.
How you wipe your ass?
Exactly. That's the first thing I thought. I was like, man, this pandemic started because these young ladies are out here with these fucked up fucking claws, and I know they can't fucking with their fucking.
Can't wipe your ass.
I never thought beyond just the visual aspect, but now that you think about it, a lot of those practical, it's like, how do you anything in life? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Unless they had a bidet.
Okay, because once one of them tried to explain, well, I wrap the fucking toilet paper around the fucking nails. I'll say, okay, but you're fucking cutting up the fucking toilet paper and shit.
Yeah, that's
you're basically putting the nails right on the fucking shit.
That's a nasty bitch.
Yeah, my brain is going crazy.
That's when you go invest in a bidet.
Yeah, shit. You know these motherfuckers ain't got the money for
bidet projects, man.
They'll pay $1,000 for fucking Birkin, or actually $6,000 for a fucking Birkin, and $200 or $300 for whatever other shit. But they ain't fucking putting no money in their house, man.
They had a bidet.
Cost a house.
They had a bidet in the project. The toilet was broken.
Yeah. I mean, and some of them ain't even got enough money for no toilet paper. So this one is a 1 in 25 by 10.
Really, 1 in 25. Now I'm peaked.
It might be one to chase after.
Everybody ordered 25 for the Nightcrawler number 3s.
That many people reading that shit. Yo, they did my Sandman.
This one is a Red Goblin 1 in 100 by Alex Ross.
This wave is popping.
He definitely goes to fucking sleep with a nightcap on.
That do-rag. That do-rag game is fire right there.
My man look like Jim Brown right there. Circa 63.
I'm saying, my first impression, when did they make Sandman black? This is
they might as well, right?
Because his wave is on fucking 25 right now.
Dude, right there.
Let me see the color version.
Yeah, right.
No, I didn't put a lot of the qualifiers in.
They don't even look the same. They're different. They look totally different.
Look, Santa Staros. This one.
It's got to cancel this shit now.
And the reason why I brought this one up, this is by Jen Bartel. So Jen Bartel's got she's got her fans out there, right? So
still don't want it.
Yeah, I did not think this was a Bartel.
Is it because it's on a different color palette than a normal Bartel cover would be? Do you think that's what it was?
Probably.
There you go, Yoda from Ohio.
Yep. 1:25 by Okazaki. Okay.
Nah, that's Yoda from the back.
Why my boy look like he just got done fucking? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that motherfucker look like a homeless. Like he looked like the homeless dude at the end of my block, the one that sits on the couch.
He looked like he was fucking, and then he heard a noise at the door, so he got a fucking.
He got him with the strap. Like what? Don't look out the window of the door with the gun.
Did you guys see they just actually made like the working lightsaber and they like debuted it at Disney something or other? Did you guys see this video? I thought that they made the working lightsaber like 25 years ago. Like I thought that's been, but I saw the headline just recently, like in the last week, like working lightsaber, and it's pretty cool. It's decent. It operates cool. It just does the whole thing, and you can do it on command. Might be worth a search.
People leave that shit at home. Don't bring that shit to the fucking Comic-Cons, please.
Put somebody eye off.
I don't want to be in line, and then we gotta fucking stop everything and evacuate everybody because you swinging your fucking magical stick around.
Is this 125?
Yes, this is 125. So Up and Down is asking Star Wars keys are plummeting. They've been plummeting. Okay. Anybody talking about this? So here's the interesting thing. Like I remember exactly when the DC shit started fucking plummeting and everybody stopped giving a fuck. It was around the DC wedding shit, right? Once that DC wedding shit fucking went down and there was no wedding, people stopped giving a fuck about DC.
Was that the Batman, Catwoman shit, the invitations and all that dumb shit?
Well, people are throwing parties and having cakes and all that shit.
And what's bad about that is because DC encouraged that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
What I don't know is when people stop giving a fuck about Star Wars. I can't pinpoint that shit. I just don't know, right? I can't. Was it around when Boba Fett thing freaking happened? I don't know. Maybe it was because
that's when they started having the bad taste. Everybody was upset about that,
right? Because they had all the opportunity to bring up all the freaking new characters or bring up some characters and do it that way. But in the meantime, they've announced all these other freaking shows, and we can't even trust that those shows are actually going to come to fruition. I just don't know. It's interesting, right? What the fuck are they doing now? We got Star Wars Mandalorian, and I haven't heard anybody on this freaking panel in the last couple of weeks that said, "Hey man, you gotta fucking watch this." I haven't heard anybody say, "Yeah, we give a fuck about Star Wars anymore." Right?
I've been watching.
Star Wars guru.
As soon as I start talking shit about Star Wars, here he goes. Here he comes.
Robert Creative build.
Come on.
Just talking shit about how fucking bad Star Wars is right now, brother.
Oh, dude. I don't even want to talk about it, but I had to stop in and say hello. It's been a while, and I saw Chilla was
blessed, man. You didn't even do a show, and you freaking stopped by to freaking see us, man. I feel really blessed right now. Comic Book Jesus in the house, everybody.
It's getting exciting. I was a little worried if I came on, I was gonna get scolded by Mel. Mel isn't happy with me right now.
Nah, it's not that. It's just we'll talk. I don't.
I'm giving you shit, bro. I'm giving you shit.
That guy, just leave it alone, man.
I was trying to figure out what he was talking about.
Like the last dude I'd be worried about somebody like that.
I know.
But go back to what Lucas said. Man, the Mandalorian. I see episode 1. Well, okay, good start. Episode 2. All right. I haven't seen 3 yet. It's like usually like when Mando's on, I'm on Mando like I stay at 3 a.m.
3 is a trip.
Yeah, it's a good episode to me. I heard people talking shit, but I thought it was good. I was actually talking shit halfway through until it got good.
I mean, like it's a different type of episode, right? It's something you would expect in the series, but it ties it in. It does tie it in. But I will say, like Bad Batch, like they're trying to take that the whole like Clone Wars formula to presenting a season to it now, instead of just like doing what they were doing before, like kind of
Dude,
why you fell in love with the series and stuff like that, right? Like to me, it's like I'm behind on it. I'm just like kind of like, do I care to catch up?
Dude, I've never met such a more like, or seen a more like pussy ass brave dude. Like this motherfucker's willing to do anything, but he is so pussy. Like I just don't get it. Like he just like, it's irritating to watch some of the shit he'll agree to do, man. He's just so dumb. Like, you fucking serious? Just because she told you you're gonna go across the fucking galaxy and go do some dumb shit?
Yeah, you fucking banned the world like Minnetonka.
I'd be like, bitch, go with me then. You go with me. I want you to witness. Since you trying to send me on this shit, let's go. You know what I mean? And he just, okay, I'll be back. What?
We'll go to bathe in the waters of Lake Minnetonka and
He's
shit.
seen Carl Weathers in the first episode was like, bro, I'll give you a whole fucking plot. You can get it in. You can have people do trade. I'm gonna give you you can live off the fat of the land. No, I gotta go bathe in this fucking cave, and and I'll come back and man, the deal is off. You know what I mean? Fuck you. Let you tell me to wait, bitch. Get out of here. I'd be like, you know what? Fuck that. Here's my helmet. Like, I'm over here, man. About to give me a robe like Carl Weathers and be chilling. Like, I was so hot watching that shit. It took me 2 episodes, man, until this last one. I was like, man, this motherfucker.
So, living out here in Los Angeles, I see on the banners everywhere. So they're promoting Mandalorian. You can always tell when the machine is like pushing the button on something when you see a giant 3-story building and it's got Super Mario on the side or it's got Mandalorian. And I've been seeing Mandalorian, and this conversation is not getting me hyped about jumping back into some Mando. So,
I mean,
and when I saw the banner, it didn't really grab me either. So maybe there's an element they're missing, like a hook. But
he looks player though. I mean, his shit, his best scar is on bling. Bullshit. Like, he looking fire right now. Like he got a little sachet to his walk. He walked like he got it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's feeling himself, but he's dumb, man. Like he's just stupid. Like,
well, and then he uses the Darksaber in it, right? Like, doesn't he seem really awkward using it too?
That's what I'm saying. He's pussy. Like he can't. Dude, man, I ain't gonna tell you the episode, but he definitely don't need that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like he can't even. Yeah,
he can't wield it.
Yeah, man. Like, old girl picked it up. Was like, I mean,
the thing. What fucked Boba Fett up? It's just he didn't come off as like his Boba Fett. Like, and this is shut the fuck up. Like, we don't want to hear
the same way. Like, he's soft. It's like, bro, like, and not soft like in like when it comes to everybody else, he that dude. But like just in like his own decision making, it's just like, dude, really? Like, are you serious? But like when it come down to it, he put in the work. He put in work. Like he'll go and.
Well, he definitely he saved Boba Fett season 1. I'll tell you that.
Bro, he put in work through this whole. I mean, that's taking nothing from his gangster. I'm just saying, like when it's just him, and you tell him something like it's like having the it's like when your homeboy is the biggest dude on the football team, and you can just tell him what to do. It's like you can tell him what to do, but like everybody else is like afraid of this motherfucker. But to you, it's just like little Tony. You know what I'm saying? It's like. Right. That's how he is. He's like he's a weapon, but it's like when it comes to like doing stuff that's good for his own good, like he just will like take your word for it.
I disagree with this. Mandalorian was popping from Rip, but I agree with Baby Yoda has gotten old.
Right.
I agree with that.
So here's the deal though. My wife and my kids didn't give a fuck about Star Wars. When Baby Yoda came on the scene, that shit was so good and so intriguing. They actually went back and watched all the other Star Wars shit so they could understand the whole fucking universe.
Yeah,
that's when you know something was fucking successful.
Here was
but now the shit's falling off.
Yeah,
and they're like, what the fuck is going on?
I have this idea that I can't believe that they haven't taken it yet. Just what you just said about the Baby Yoda. Why don't they introduce Baby Vader? Could be a hit. Baby Vader.
Well, they did already.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
Really?
he was on the
He was on the
episode
desert,
1.
racing cars and shit.
Yeah, he was
Yeah. But
little
like
speeder.
Baby Vader, because there's that movie Boss Baby or whatever
Oh,
that
yeah.
is. So that's what I imagine, like little baby Vader.
No, that was
introduced, like-
Spaceballs. Hey, Spaceballs.
Oh
That
yeah,
was-
like it's like yeah, exactly. But that's funny because the banners that I was telling you around town when you're driving around like LA, it's all Mandalorian, and I'm like, where's the star of the show? Like, I mean, like, it's Mandalorian, but yeah, Baby Yoda is a big part of this. So like, he was absent from the banner. It's just a big like Mandalorian dude, and I was like, do they have something to lean on? Like, do they have like I said, like a hook? Because like Baby Yoda was always the hook. And like, what's the new hook?
Yeah,
and
You got and Grogu. Nobody fucking calls that motherfucking Grogu. That motherfucking Baby Yoda for life. Goddamn.
I know. I was like,
he was like, your name is Grogu. Like,
yeah, Baby Yoda. Man.
Now everybody can understand him. You notice that?
Yeah.
When he talks, everybody knows exactly what he's saying. I'm like, oh, you guys speak his language now? Like this motherfucker. Yeah, it's crazy, man. But this is a 1 in 25, though. I mean, I know this is going to be hot. People are going to be on it.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Oh, badass Yoda. Motherfucker need a manicure.
Let's go through. All right, Red Zone by AWA.
Oh, shit.
It's fucked up.
I still haven't read it, but I'm still intrigued by that Babushka joint. I gotta freaking get that joint. Liquid Quill, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Liquid Quill. This is the Virgin cover. More Alex Time Ross to collect this joint.
Mm-hmm.
Captain America Unforgiven.
Motherfucker still making books.
I thought he was dead, man. When we still telling stories about this dude.
Yeah. Let's take this as I forget which one this one is. Here we go. World Tree 33 #1. This one is a Frizzen joint.
So many fucking store variants for this book.
It's killing it, man.
Yeah.
Killing it.
When is this actually released?
Let's see. Make sure I get this one. Control.
I did see Drew's. Didn't Drew have a Jean Jiang variant for this? I might be wrong.
Oh no, his was it John Jam? It's just I can't even keep up with so many of these shits.
Yeah, it's getting tiresome.
And what Birdsee's doing is Ivan Tao?
So this one right here is the Frizzen. There's a 1 in 10. This one is the 1 in 10, and it's coming out on April 12th.
Okay.
So
There's gonna be a lot of them out there, man. A lot of them out there.
So yeah, excuse me. Yeah, this one was the 1 in 10. This one is the 1 in 25 by Sinkowitz.
What the fuck? The Frizzer should have been the 1 in 25. That's it looks good, but it's not gonna be rare.
This is your 1 in 50 by Orzu. Okay.
Sexy.
Now, tell me you don't remember what this is a homage to.
Nice House on the Lake.
Yep. In fact, I think I might start scooping some of those up. This one is the 1 in 100 by
Jokes.
That's badass, actually.
I don't like it.
Like all the 100s are Tinian homages. Like I think 2 is Sick, and then 3 is like Department of Truth. They're doing a win for 4, I think, something like that.
I'm not impressed with that.
Let's see. I want to make sure that I get this one. Is that the next one? No, that is not the next one. So let me bring this one up. Maybe I didn't have it earlier. Because there's a Momoko.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
And this one is the 1 in 75.
Nah.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Stockton took alone for me.
I know. So definitely a lot of options because you would get the retailers would get one of the 1/100s. They get one of this 175. They would get uh two of these, right? And then they would get four of the no, two of these, and then they get 10 of these. So a lot of good options.
What is this book about?
World Tree is about in 1999. Gabriel and his friends discovered the Undernet, a secret architecture to the internet. They charted their exploration on a message board called the World Tree. Then they lost control. Someone broke into the World Tree. Someone who claimed the violent hold the Undernet had on them. At great personal cost, Gabriel and the others thought they sealed the Undernet away for good. They were wrong, and now they would know the meaning of fear.
So this is John Wick meets the Matrix.
Yeah, John Wick meets the what's the name of the fucking underworld of the internet? The Darknet.
Dark Web.
Yeah,
Dark
Dark
Web.
Web. Yeah.
Some girl with the dragon tattoo.
Right.
In the mix.
Right. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I might. I mean, I like this. The one that Bird City has the cover too.
Yeah, I want to say it's Ivan Tal.
Yeah, that one is sick. I don't know if the other ones are. I mean, I like the Momoko, but if I was gonna get one, I'd probably get the 1 in 75 or the Bird City. Personally.
Well, with so many stores doing variants for this too, I feel like I could just scoop up one of the incentives from them, right?
I think every store did it. It's probably
Mojo
epic.
quit
They do a
earlier.
fucking poo.
Mojo quit earlier. Said, hey, that's enough hater aid for me. When were we hating? What the fuck?
Ain't no hater over here.
No,
bro.
he said he was hating. He was hating on stuff.
Oh, we was talking about the Star Wars shit.
No, he said Mojo was saying himself was hating, not us was hating.
Nah, he said we got to stop being salty about everything.
Oh, my bad. I don't know. We would be salty, but
Star Wars.
Hey, I was being salty about the Mandalorian, but that's
it is what it is. They speaking the truth, man. We gonna do.
That's where we're at.
Hey,
We're not allowed to
pussy,
have
pussy.
opinions anymore. It's the fuck.
You telling? Hey, I say you pussy. Now I ain't telling you you can't kick it with him. I just ain't kicking it.
This looks good.
The Barbarians, every single freaking cover.
Cover looks good, yeah.
Has been fire.
They're
The
all
problem is that it looks like if you told me this shit was made by AI, I would absolutely fucking believe you.
I could say that about everything I've seen tonight. I've been looking at it all. I'm like, yeah, I think AI has done something similar, or could do that, or could do that, or could do that.
I don't know about those Alex Ross's joints. Them joints is
Not the Alex Ross, but there's definitely a lot of books that I question, like not necessarily if it's all AI, but just the process in doing
this
it.
one. This one right here, definitely. This one right here, with the joints and the fucking screwy weird shit in back. Yeah, that definitely.
Count the fingers. Count the fingers.
Go back to the one riding the horse. He's about to fuck the shot out.
On the back of that piece.
You go to some cave, he's gonna get it in.
Yeah, like you gonna get it right quick.
Let me go ahead and push this laundry to the side.
Yeah. Move that loincloth.
He's in the slide this shit out the bed right.
Is this a Matina? This
is a Tony. I don't know. It looks like it, right? This is Tony Fleeks, right? Doing his thing.
Wait, isn't it to Mulan?
Ooh,
good call.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, because it's dark, right? So they're doing like whatever on the spoofs on Disney.
Cover.
Yeah,
I mean, you go to that well, man. Keep going to that well, man. That well gonna run y'all sooner or later, man. So as long as you get water from there, fuck it.
To balance any haterade that I've put out there tonight, I like this. This is something cool. I like the concept of it. It makes me wonder, like, what's going on with these two, the duality of these two characters. And then I like the simple style of the characters. If I saw that when I was a kid, I'd try to be like redrawing those little faces and the smiles and stuff. And then plus it kind of is a cool remix of the Disney style, like the Milan or whatever, where it reminds me of hip hop, like sampling and remixing and stuff like that. So like this cover is pretty cool to me.
You should Google Gomorrah number 2, Francisco Matina. Let me know what you.
If I can spell it.
it'll pop up. It's pretty
Shoot.
popular.
And this one is a 1 in 25, by the way. Now, the best one that's a qualifier is this one right here. This is by Gansho.
Wow,
Oh shit,
that's fucked up.
That's pretty
That's
dope.
Excuse me, it's by Riko Murakami.
you got real teeth as opposed to the rest of them.
Yeah,
Freaky as hell, right?
This is all kind of fucked up right here.
And yeah, that was late art that came out. All right.
What the fuck is this?
Know your station.
But what was the one with those spaceships on it?
Yeah, that's the same book. Know your station. These are some of the qualifiers for it.
Oh shit. Okay.
I hate spaceship.
That's a pretty broad statement.
I mean, like I like Star Wars. That was spaceship, but like, what was that movie, The Black Hole? I don't know if you guys remember. That's from the 70s and shit.
Black Hole, man.
I fucking hated that fucking movie. Maximilian. I hated it.
I hated that shit, man. I thought I was the only motherfucker that hated that shit, dog. I mean, I hated that shit. Like,
Yeah.
and that shit was popular for a long fucking time. And
Yeah,
I could not
fucking
stand that
hated
movie.
that fucking movie.
Yeah,
And when
I
it
think
came on regular TV, like it came on ABC or some shit, I was so hot. Because then everybody was talking about it at school. I'm just like, man, I'm not feeling that shit.
Yeah, I think if you saw like the early like 1980s David Lynch Dune, or if you saw Flash Gordon or something, you
No,
were
Flash
kinda
Gordon was
turned off.
badass. No, Flash
Yeah.
Gordon
Oh,
was
was it?
badass.
Was it?
Oh, I love
Dune
fucking
was
Flash
ill
Gordon.
too, man. I fucks with those, man. Flash Gordon was ill when he played football against fucking
Yeah.
Mings.
It was pretty cool. Like going back and watching the Flash Gordon, yeah. And then it's got that good soundtrack too with Queen,
Classic,
right?
Hell yeah.
classic soundtrack.
I mean, it was cheesy, but it was
it was
you know,
cheesy, but it was the right.
It was on some Buck Rogers shit, you know.
I sampled the song off of that soundtrack. There's like sample worthy.
Oh,
yeah,
it's a nice little Queen dig.
Yeah,
For sure.
It's got some dope songs on it for sure.
Roger.
Vinny in the building. Yeah, I fucking hate dinosaurs for the fucking passion. That and dinosaurs and magic.
Yet he has a character in Marvel that's named
They did that on purpose, man. I'm telling you,
Dinosaur.
love the dinosaurs.
Right
They know I
there.
hate dinosaurs. That's crazy.
Okay,
It's just
so-
so
First appearance of Mel the Dinosaur.
I signed
Signed by Mel.
it. Fuck this.
How do you not like dinosaurs? You must just be trying to go against the grain or something, because
Yeah, it's
everybody
because-
likes freaking
because-
dinosaurs.
It's a
man.
lie. They didn't walk around looking like big ass lizards, bro. They were big ass birds.
You got
I
a
hate-
point.
I hate being lied to. Like same thing why I don't like magic. Magic's a fucking just big ass lie.
And you're telling me Santa Claus doesn't exist right now, bro?
Fucking-
Come on, man.
I hate
Come on.
Christmas too.
So Santa Claus did exist. He was an actual man.
Was he a dinosaur? No.
He was a bishop in the Catholic Church. All right. In fact, we also know where he was buried. So the lie is yeah, Saint Nicholas of I forget the name of the city that he was from. So he's a real fucking dude. It's just that the whole shit of climbing down fucking chimneys and running around with deer and shit.
He was bringing them presents, but he wasn't bringing them kind of presents.
Yeah.
Cue the X-Files theme song. The truth is out there, guys.
But yeah, so let me correct myself. The title of this is actually it spans to Dragon Tooth. Number one, this one is by Jung Yoon. This one is the number 1 in 25. Nobody cares about this one. This one is a one per store unlockable by Christian Ward.
That shit is sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's your Know Your Station. This one's 1 in 10. This one is a 1 in 25. She-Hulk.
Mm.
Damn. Okay.
Arjun?
No, this is Ji Hung Lee.
Yep.
Really?
Virgin. And it's a 1 in 100 though.
Damn.
Yeah. That's nice. Now you're talking. This is
Okay.
$4.99 retail.
who's fucking ordering 100 of these?
Ain't nobody. So that, 'cause
Nobody, bro.
this should be a $250 book for the retailer.
This is good. This is really good.
Some more Alex Ross, Thanos. Warlock.
Thanos looked like a character on a George Clinton album.
Coming right. 007. Is that a G. Scott Campbell?
Looks like is that a Royale? Oh, it's a listener.
Yeah, might be a listener.
Look at him just touching his inner J. Scott Campbell.
Yeah. Got him a little get to touch a little thigh on him too.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's a big thigh.
Some Leroy Lee.
I like that one.
Looking like Goggle 13.
Some Hill.
Strap in the purse though, you know what I'm saying?
She keep it on her. That's how you know.
Is this chick the new 007? Like, why is she so prominent?
Maybe.
An all new nail biting bomb mission from superstar Phil Kennedy. James Bond is
the next 007 is going to be a woman.
So she is 003. Her name is Gwendolyn Gahn. 003.
Is that the one that took over after he died in the last movie?
I don't know, but he's supposed to be in a story. 007 is supposed to be in a story.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. And this one is a 1 in 15 right here. There's your Garbage Pail Kids. Covers. None of them were hot. All right, so that was the stuff that was on FLC. Make sure you get with your local comic book shops. Please, please, please. I know they need help. Please, please, please get with those guys. If for some reason they can't help you out, always freaking feel free to freaking reach out to me. And I'll try and do as best as I can in the poll box to make sure you get your shit. All right. Coming soon. This is stuff that's coming out this week. This is one that we've been waiting for a while. That Deceased Purple Prince homage joint. Yes, sir. Freaking love this freaking cover. I could have sworn that I would have freaking gotten it already. Hasn't freaking arrived yet. So hopefully it'll be at my house or like here soon. Get what this one is about. Dawn of DC. This one is the first appearance of Marilyn Moonlight. She's got a couple covers that's got her on there. This one is the design variant. Dawn of DC Catwoman number 53. It's kind of weird. Got her some scars on her. This one is the beige. This one is the Rihanna Gonzalez. International Women's Day variant. Black Adam number 9. Looks like a totally different freaking dude.
Right.
Sees War of the Undead Gods, some Black Mana. I don't know what's going on with that. I've kind of dropped off. Really good cover. I just wish they used it for a different title. Don't forget, there's that Star Trek joint out there. I think this one was like a 150, if I remember correctly. Fearless Dawns, The Bomb. Harley Quinn, number 6, Legion of Bats. This one is that Dan Hip, 125.
That's cute.
Nightwalkers.
Always a sucker for the through the body wound shot there. Good one. The When Death Becomes Her, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Meryl Streep.
Stargirl Lost Children. Frank Frazetta's Dawn Attack.
Like the cover.
TMNT 138.
It's not bad either.
And I believe this one is the retailer incentive. I believe I forget whether this one is a 1 in 10 or a 1 in 25. Extreme X-Men design cover. Storm the Brotherhood of Mutants.
Yo, these covers. She got some dope covers coming out
Yeah.
for this issue, for this series.
Yep. Villa Lobos. Pop Scars. Remember this one, Mel?
No.
There was some. Yeah.
Yes.
This one was Wolf,
There you
and
go.
There's this one.
You had to
Yes.
show him the cover that he would remember.
Yes. And I remember.
And makes a Spider-Man. Some Alex Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Avengers Age of Ultron. Some Lady Death.
She a hoe.
Some horror with Archie's horror.
Fucking shit.
Star Wars Darth Vader. Momoko. Scorch, number 16.
Creepy.
It kind of looks like it should be 3D, but I don't think it's
kind of look like he's awesome.
That looks like one of those black light covers.
Yeah.
That could be a crazy black light right
Creep
there.
show vibes too.
He's doing a run of covers that are freaking amazing. And if you go to Mark Spears, it's Mark Spears, right? Or Ken Spears?
I think it's Mark
What's his name?
Spears.
Mark Spears. If you go to his IG and check out his art, it's unreal. This guy's really, really good.
And those hair strands are out of control.
Mhm.
Like every hair.
But I think Nate nailed it on the head. Like it's a Iron Maiden cover.
Yeah, Maiden. Yeah, I say creep show, but Maiden, yes too.
Yeah. Vanish, Scotty Young.
It's just still going
Already
on.
sold out at the distributor level. So if you like Scotty Young, grab this one. I forget who this one is. Oh, yeah, still more Vanish. There's a sketch. Kill them all or damn them all. Dune. Grim.
It's still going on.
Some of these guys, they need to take an evaluation. Like after issue number 3, is anybody still reading your shit? I mean, Power Rangers. Blue Book.
That's pretty cool.
Her Blue Book's getting a lot of real good reviews.
Told y'all.
Yeah.
Told y'all.
Yeah.
Gargoyles.
How many covers?
It's Dynamite, so you know,
And if
minimum
I'm not-
50.
Is that Billie Eilish?
Yeah, I'm still trying to
That
get
looks
over the
just
fact.
like her.
It does, right? I'm still trying to get over the conversation I had with that dude at freaking
Oh, the
Get
retailer
Comic-Con.
summit.
He was like, yeah. He was like, I was like, man, what? I was like, what in your mind thinks that retailers are supposed to be buying 1,000 copies of this shit?
Oh,
He was
wait,
like, well,
it's all returnable.
it's all returnable. I was like, but motherfucker, it's not like you return the cash to me. The money still stays in the diamond account.
That's how they get you.
It's that returnable for store credit, and it's like kind of like, well, if I return those all, with that store credit, I could order like books for the rest of the year from your store.
Motherfucker's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. All right. Well, that was the last of the stuff that I got for stuff that's coming out this week. So what did we cover? Thank you, freaking Tila, for coming out to hang out with us. We covered fucking some of the craziness that was going on
in the
stock market. I tried to freaking tie it into the freaking. I did not do a good job of doing that because I'm drunk as fuck. I did the FOC. We just did some of the books that are coming out this week. Mel, did you want to talk about the sale tomorrow?
Oh, how may we help you sell? Here on this channel, 10 o'clock. I still haven't pulled books yet, but I don't know what I'm bringing. I know Josh is bringing some heat. Lucas is bringing some heat. Ninth, I don't even know if Ninth's coming through. I haven't spoken to him. I don't know what you guys want to see. You guys want to see some big boy books, or you guys want to see some like $10 book? I don't know what I'm doing. Right. I like Mike Tyson, man. What?
Just see what
I do know that I've got some cards, some Garbage Pail Kids cards that just came out this week. I've got a huge ass fucking box that comes up to my fucking chin. It's a toy box. It's a Thundercats.
Really?
Fucking car.
Fucking car.
It's a Thundercats card. The box comes up to my fucking chin. It's fucking huge.
When the fuck did they get a car?
I don't know.
It's that
But they-
one that was put out by Secret 7. Was it Secret 7 or whatever? It's massive. It's the one where the little claws pop up and they shoot missiles out of the claws.
Yeah, I don't even remember ordering that shit, but here we go.
Yeah, we might have to have a discussion. Pre-sale, we might.
Hey, you want it? Come get it.
Yeah, man.
What about you, Brian? What got anything going on this week?
Tomorrow night, while you guys are selling comics, I'll be doing Modern Comic Mayhem. And Sunday night, I'm hoping that maybe Stein will had some time to put together a list, and we'll try and run through a show with this week's list. Monday, I will be selling comics on my YouTube and Comic Book Shopping Network at the same time from 5 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern, which is nice. I did that last week for the first time, and it was good. It worked well. So I'll be doing that every Monday from now on from 5 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern, selling just really, really good books. And I sold a bunch of stuff. I sold like a 1 in 1,000 Iron Man Ramita sketch. I got a bunch of 1 in 300s, 1 in 100s, and a bunch of keys, major, minor keys, all kinds of stuff. So Mel showing everybody how it's done, selling on YouTube, and just jumping on the bandwagon, trying to make
Everybody got to eat.
Yeah.
Have YouTube sales been better than whatnot? I sell bigger books on whatnot. I mean, on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like the nut is bigger. It's not so much of a grind that it is on whatnot, but I
would you say you're getting closer to market value than or market price of a book?
On YouTube, yeah, because they lowball. If they don't want my price, I put the shit back in the box. Whatnot, it's like, okay, I gotta eat that.
Have you been on Whatnot? Have you sold on Whatnot recently?
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago, I did pretty good too. Did pretty good. I had a lot of books, but I did pretty good. But for me, I like. I'm starting to like the YouTube better because everybody's paying right away. Everybody's paying. It wasn't a nightmare. Like I was gonna have to chase people. So it hasn't been bad. It's some fuckers. Yeah, but I love them. So, but it hasn't been bad. But I still prefer the ease of use of Whatnot versus YouTube, because all it is print label and fucking chip books.
Yeah.
Now it's a little different for me because what I do is I just do boxes, right? For me, you get 100 fucking books, right? You get like a choice. Like I'll display some books that might go in there. You get one choice of like what's going in that fucking box. Everything else, I'm going to decide what's fucking going there. Because look, I got a lot of shit that I gotta get out of here. Right? I gotta hook people up with fucking posters and sports cars and all the other shit, right? So all the shit I can fucking fit in the fucking box is gonna fucking go in there. So if you just get fucking random shit, shut the fuck up. You're getting you're getting $500 to $600 fucking dollars worth of shit in the fucking box. Just take your shit and shut the fuck up. Don't fuck for like I even gave motherfuckers free shipping on shit, and motherfuckers don't complain. Like, man, where you through seeing me all this shit? Shut the fuck up.
I ain't gonna lie, I did that. I said, Lucas, stop sending me fucking posters. I got fucking posters on them. Some of these fucking goddamn posters.
85 Joker books.
I take no. He sent me some shit. And I'm like, what the fuck he sent me that? I see what it was going for though. My man Lucas.
Yeah. Every time I bought stuff from Lucas and he threw in extra books, I was like, this is like a $20 book. He just made 5 of these.
It was some titty book. Taken from whoever made Grim Fairy Tale. I looked at shit. I was like,
oh, Zenoscope.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, this player. Okay, my man Luke. All right.
Hey, I have no room. People are like, oh, you got to make money. No, I need room because
Room.
trust on this. The money that it's going to take me to buy more storage
Yeah.
is more expensive than it would be for me to just give you guys some of that shit for fucking
Hold
$1 or
on
50
to that
cents. Yeah.
It's a win
Trust
for
me,
everybody.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to
Listen.
fucking get rid of that shit because in a couple weeks I got more good shit, crazy shit coming in that I need to fucking make sure it's nice.
I've been
nice.
doing a lot of slabs. CGC's been fucking brutally disgusting.
You know what's been good though? eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a couple of eBay sales. Somebody wanted some Eminem, them stupid ass Eminem books. He was like, "Yo, can you drop them to $15?" I was like, "Yeah." Then I dropped it to $15. Like, oh, I found it for cheaper. So fucking cock.
Yeah. Now, Sand Groups, hey, thanks for the shout out. Hey, Lucas always throws in extra goodies. So that's not true. Sometimes, so if you've ever received the box from me and there's no fucking extra goodies in there for you, it's only because there was no fucking room in there. Right? There's like literally fucking just like no fucking room. But I guarantee you, the next order you get, I'm definitely trying to throw shit in there because I'm trying. You take the shit.
So you fucking put posters, fucking 3D glasses. What the fuck is it fucking doing, man? What's this shit, bro? DC books. That's back when I didn't like DC.
I literally had a customer complaining because I threw 4 packs of sports cards and then fucking shit.
Yeah, send me some
Like,
cards or something.
Like,
See
what the
fucking
fuck?
wristbands and shit.
Why are we throwing calendars and posters and sports cards? Like,
yo, I'm getting sleepy. I'm fucking delirious. Yo, Tilla. I meant what I said, man. You have one of the most intriguing minds I've ever had on this show, and bro, just keep it going, man. Hook up with my man Cardi West. You guys are gonna do something special. I can feel it.
I want to connect with you too on some of those AI ideas, like we were saying, and that goes for anybody else that's present here in this conversation or that's listening. Just reach out to me, Television on Instagram. Are you guys all EST right now? You guys are madmen. It's like 4 a.m. over there.
Yeah.
Yo,
I'm over on the West Coast, so it's like but
I'm in the middle.
you guys.
I'm in the middle. I'm in Central Time.
Okay, all right, cool. And shout out Brian. Shout out Brian too for joining the conversation late. But we spoke in the past, and it's always been a good conversation. So just appreciate you guys kind of letting me do the rounds and promoting my 2 books. Little Bitcoin and Blank Canvas, and the giveaway tonight was awesome. That was sweet, man. Like doing the wheel and all that. So that's fun.
We do that every time, man. We like to give the people, like if we talk about a book, we're gonna give it away. This way, everybody can cry about Pump It Though.
I'll be taking some snippets. I'll make sure to tag all you guys, and it's just a real pleasure meeting everybody. And thanks again for having me.
No doubt. Anybody got anything else? Because I'm sleepy as shit.
I'm gonna be on Brian's show tomorrow, and I just got in my submission from PSA. 20 cards.
Right.
Yo, I'm looking for
Don't say it now.
I forgot what it was. It was a basketball player.
Don't do it now. Don't wait till you get some.
No, it's some
Wait till you
random.
get a couple.
Oh, are you still looking for that bowl?
Mm-hmm. Him too.
Oh, okay, it's not only him. It's someone else.
It's someone else. I forgot what his name was. He played for the Thunder. White kid, not Josh Giddey. I forgot what his name was. I'll tell you.
Chet. Are you talking about?
Chet Hogan? No, he done.
Are you talking about Posky or whatever?
I gotta look at his name.
Like he's like super tall, right?
Super tall. Like everybody on OKC is like 7 foot stretch fives.
Yeah.
He bust my ass in 2K. I was like, this guy's pretty good.
He was a rookie last year, or
he was a rookie he was a rookie a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I know he bust my ass 2K. I was like, there's no reason this random motherfucker should be busting my ass. He's gonna be good in the league, so I want to get his card.
Go
That's,
like
how,
a
that's how I judge players now. 2K.
Oh, because they do lifetime stats on them, don't they?
They
Well,
one
which,
game at a time.
yeah, what should be doing is watching March Madness because some of those motherfuckers gonna be coming out.
Everybody gonna got upset, man. Arizona, Virginia.
So, but you know they brought up a good point. The teams with the remember because it was COVID. Like some of these teams are like 25 years old. They're playing against 17-year-olds. They busting their ass.
Yeah, because they got their everybody's a 5th-year senior.
Yeah, and they bust these young boys' ass. That's what's how some of the upsets. Oh shit! Some of the upsets happen. But I'm sleepy as shit. Tiller, my man, much love. We gonna link up. We gonna do some things.
Thank you guys.
McClay, thank you for coming through. Leave that drama shit alone, man.
Yeah. A new comic book drama alert tomorrow night. Modern Comic Man.
Yes. Stop it, man.
All right, we out of here. Out.
For each man in his time is pain, until he walks along the beach and sees his future in the water, along with all within his reach. I never needed a one-to-one.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
As you guys know, it is Drunken Chat, son. You gotta fix the outro.
We're still live.
We're still alive.
Oh, shit. Lucas, turn us off.